Wag wag lids, before this amazing episode of Have a Word, we need to tell you about our Patreon, which is one of the best Patreons in world comedy.
We are officially the fastest growing Patreon on the planet at the minute. Fastest growing Patreon, and that's because for just £3, £5 or £10 a month, you get an extra episode a week, early access to these public episodes, and access to the entire back catalogue of all the Patreon stuff we've done in the past, which includes
The specials, the ghost hunts, the lockdown lock-ins, which are now fucking legendary. Some of the live shows. It's the best money you will ever spend.
the roast event is going on Patreon early in March. You get to see that. You also get early access to my tour tickets, Dan's tour tickets, live show tickets. And to be honest with you, live show tickets don't really last very long on Patreon. So if you're not a patron, you're probably not being able to come to any of them that we've put on recently. You're only going to get to be there if you sign up at patreon.com/haveawordpod and join the 10,000 strong army of fucking lunatics.
Megan.
Wag wag leads, you're listening to the funniest podcast in the game with Adam, Dan, Sensei Carl and Finn. This is the one and only Have a Word.
Brought to you by manscaped.com, the very best in below the belt men's grooming.
Go Ed, get on me.
I've got a new philosophy.
No, babes.
Yeah.
No. What?
Yeah.
Has it changed everything?
No, but it's changed something.
You have been more spiritual recently.
I've decided I've got a new rule for how I make every decision in life.
Oh.
Do you want to know what it is?
Oh, God. Every business decision?
No. Well, maybe.
Oh.
So the idea is I make a decision based on what would make the best story in 5 years' time. So, like, if we get to the end of it, like a night, if we get to, like, midnight and you're like, oh, should we go home or whatever? And I'm like, well, we could go for one more drink. And then we'd always go for one more drink because the answer is you'd rather go for the story that's going to be better in 5 years' time. Like, no one's going to remember the night we went home at 12 o'clock, but we might remember the night we went for one more drink and then ended up out with Hulk Hogan and one of the Chuckle Brothers.
What if you get stabbed, though, when you go out?
What?
What happens if you get stabbed?
That is another story, though. As long as you survive the stabbing.
Yeah.
It's still a better story.
It's still a story for the people that survived the stabbing and Adam's dead. You're like, do you remember 5 years ago when Adam got stabbed? God, should have got that fucking Uber.
Yeah.
So you're basically saying your new philosophy is at any fork in the road, you take the stupid road of like...
No, the more interesting road.
Right. So that's always staying out.
Yeah, I'd rather be on an A road with that bends than a fucking motorway.
Cool. But you realise that every decision will be... and with alcoholism in the family... well, yeah.
That was his mom.
If a guy goes, do you want to suck my dick? You're going to be like, well, it's going to make a hell of a story in 5 years' time.
I don't think that would make a great story. It would.
So 5 years' time, Adam's doing a tour show. Oh, there was this one time and a guy went, do you want to suck my dick? And I went, nah, mate, I'm going home. Shit story. When you chow down like a fucking champ, I'm honestly a big finish.
Okay, I'm not going to lie. It appears there's at least one flaw in it. But not all philosophy is robust.
What have you been eating today, you?
And a bacon butty.
With mescaline in. Right. Well, I'm into it. I think it's interesting.
And with that in mind...
Hello. Hello. This is where we're actually going.
So last week, I was on... 6 days ago, I was on tour in Leeds. Right? And as you know, I've got really into me country music over the past year or so.
I know.
I tell you what, if there's ever a country musical, I'll murder you. That's how that's going to go down. And then Carl, your best friend, will...
No,
Have a weird country musical?
I'm out.
We've already got a guitar.
Do you want to start a podcast, Carl?
Yeah. Sell my shit. I'm gone. I'm out.
Nice.
I'm out.
I'm like Devin Maiden.
We'll be in studio too.
Done.
Adam like, I remember when I was sucking on a dick 5 years ago. I remember. It was such a big old dick. And I thought, well, we're making an interesting story.
No, it's not. It's what Bo Burnham said, isn't it? It's big dick. 5 years ago.
Big
in
dick.
my ass.
Okay.
But I like it. There's a one particular country artist I've really got into called Luke Combs, and I'm actually going to fly to Canada to see him in November. What are you laughing at?
My life is
On your own?
No, I'm going to take hijack.
Oh, yeah. Lad, I'm sorry.
Go on.
What has this podcast done?
Why?
2 lads from Dovey going to Canada to watch a fucking country and western artist. It's not. It's
not
almost
country and western. He's not a movie star. It's country music. Country and western's the film.
all right. Oh, Adam, you fucking I'm so sorry. You're right. It is different. Wow. So country music taking your jack.
No, country and western's music.
Yeah, but that's just country music. You see, if you were involved
Just
in the industry, you'd know the
apologise.
lingo.
Just apologise. You
No.
horrible country musical red. Y'all are fucking red. I was just a boy from Dovecot, took my brother on a plane. I met a man in Canada and sucked him off the same. He jizzed into my mouth. I said, that's fucking all right, lid.
Go on. One more.
And now I'm out of any words because I've fucked up the ad lib.
You know what? Yeah, I'll give you that.
All right.
4 stars.
Oh, cheers, lad. Cheers, lad.
So here's what happened, right? Thomas Green come and met us here on Thursday last week. We recorded with Paddy the Baddy. And then Thomas, as anyone who's seen last week's episode will know, I was still drunk from the night before.
Yeah.
I drove us halfway to Leeds and then had to pull into a service station and give Thomas my keys because I realised I was going to kill us.
You were I thought you were driving.
No. It was my birthday, Dan.
Oh, of course it was.
I wasn't fucking...
Oh, last week, there was 3 things going on. There's one where you're like, oh, it's really funny when he's sort of still pissed from the night before. And then it teetered onto, it's kind of annoying when he's pissed on the night before. And then there was also, I hope he's all right. I did the full range of like, this is usually great. Wow, he's really like... And I can tell you really respect Paddy. And at the break, like in the first section, you came back and I can tell you'd have to have a word with yourself. Like, right, here we go. Here we go. So the thing is about you fighting. I'm like, guess what, Adam? You picked the wrong show to get hammered before because I don't know shit. So Cody Covington and Francis Ngannou. When's that happening, Paddy?
I'm going to UFC. Get it up me bollocks.
I love Cody Covington though. He's so good, isn't he?
You invented him. Is he good?
He is. He's one of the best fly heavyweights going. No, because he's fast, but he's heavy. He's a fly heavyweight.
Like Cyril Gann.
Cyril Gann?
Yeah,
got nice clothes.
I
fly
love
heavyweight.
Cyril Gann.
There's a new one for the lexicon.
Love it. Yeah, you were a bit ropey there, kid.
Yeah, so I got halfway to Leeds and realised that I was definitely going to crash the car if I carried on. So I gave Thomas my keys and said, you're driving for the rest of the night. We're both fully comp and it's all insured and whatever.
Just in case.
Just in case anyone's listening.
All right, Aviva, back down.
So Tom, my rule in my car is it's my car, I'm putting the fucking music on. So Thomas likes death metal, but that's not fucking happening. You know what I mean?
Does he?
Oh, that's
Yeah, he's a metal guy.
absolutely not happening.
So and country music's great for a hangover because it's really soft, right? So I have my country music on. Anyway, right, park that idea for a minute.
Okay.
Right? So in Leeds last week, I did the longest post-show meet and greet I've ever done. I basically
The wardrobe.
yeah.
Nice.
So I did the show at the Wardrobe, completely sold out. I've never sold that room out before. Thanks to this wonderful podcast, we're doing 3 dates there. The 3rd date is on sale now. The first one's already done. Second one's already sold out. And I think there's about 100 tickets left for the 3rd one. I love that venue. It's really good for an hour of stand-up. It's really, really good.
Get to see my old pal Toby Jones. Yep.
So you go backstage, and I just said to the audience, as I do at the end of every tour show, look, if anyone wants to stick around for about 20 minutes, I'll take a picture with you. But if you want to go home, that's fine. But I need 20 minutes now when I finish the show.
So is that like you? Because I'm doing this tour. You've done this before. In my head, you leave it a little bit so you don't just stay on stage and everyone goes, "Oh fuck it," while he's here. 20 minutes to just let the people who aren't that bothered just go home. Well, so you're just getting out. You're getting the hardcore.
That's maybe 1% of it.
All right.
But I'm quite happy to take a picture with everyone who comes to see me, and I genuinely mean that. I know we've sort of had a laugh last week with Paddy on and talking about like people being dicks when they're asking for pictures and whatever.
Different at your show though, isn't it?
Yeah. If you pay for the ticket to see me, I absolutely want to say hello and take a picture with as many people who want it. But yeah, if the people who aren't really asked go home, it's not the end of the world. Do you know what I mean? But the 20 minutes, I just need to relax. When I've done an hour on stage, I haven't really got it in me to then go straight into a crowd of people who are grabbing me and taking pictures. I just haven't. I need to just tone down a bit, have a glass of Coke or a bottle of water or a cup of tea or something, and then I'll go back out and speak to people. So I've done that. And as you're saying, like, oh, well, a lot of them will have got off. A lot less than would normally have got off had got off. Because the bar upstairs in the wardrobe was staying open till 11 or midnight. And the show started at 7:30, so it was done by 10, maybe 9:30 even. So I go upstairs, and there's at least 100 people waiting. So I'm going from person to person to person. I've just got a bottle of water. And Thomas is doing the same. Thomas is sort of 2 groups of people behind me. So someone deals with me, and then 2 minutes later, they're talking to Thomas, and he's talking to everyone as well. And then Thomas...
Because he's loved, isn't he? That episode was so popular.
Yeah, and he's also smashing it on the tour. He's doing really well. Yeah. So I'm just walking around, and Thomas comes up to me and goes, should we have 1 pint? I said, yeah. I want to get me a shandy, a lager top. Right. So I ended up having 2. But those 2 shandies took me till midnight to drink because there was so many people around. We got talking to... this girl comes over, and she's there with her fella. She's like, can I get a picture? She goes, my fella's sister loves you, and she's gone to the toilet, and it'll do it edit if we've got a picture and whatever. And then the sister comes over, and we got talking. And the brother and his missus were definitely trying to pimp his sister out to fuck me and get me to fuck her. That was happening. There was no subtlety to it. It was like, fuck each other. It was... But I was like, I can't. I got to take Thomas back to Liverpool. But I stayed with them all night. They were really funny. They're all actually coming again to see me in London as well.
Nice.
Because one of them lives down there. But we're having a really good laugh. They were nice people. So then the lights go on. I didn't realise, but it took so long that, like, last orders is done and they're closing the bar. And we go outside. And the girl had been sort of... that they were trying to push me towards. She's dead sound. Name's Gemma. She goes, oh, by the way... I run a vintage American sportswear shop in Leeds. I went,
yeah. Is it called Blue Collar?
It's called Blue Collar Boys.
Oh my God, they've just been in touch with me on Instagram about a month ago and went, oh, we want to send you some stuff.
Yeah, and she said you blanked her.
Mate, I've been meaning to send... I got back in touch and then I've not sent my size. Large.
So.
Raiders, Browns, Saints, Pittsburgh Steelers.
So the reason I brought up the country music thing before
Dolphins
is
for me.
Blue Collar Boys is one of my favourite Luke Combs songs.
Well, no, I know.
And it is named after it.
Well. You love it, don't you?
But listen to this.
Full circle.
I know you don't believe in like angels and spirits, but the last song that was playing as we arrived at the place was Blue Collar Boys.
Which is impossible because he never listens to it. I know he does. He listens to it all the time.
I think it's Anne Rowe looking down, going, God, Anne, my Adam loves, second-hand American sportswear and this song.
But then the girl who runs the shop goes, if you're ever back in Leeds, come to the shop. Or I could just let you in now and you can have first dibs on all the new stuff we've got in.
Shut the fuck up. I'll be playing Leeds on October the 6th and October the 20th and No. Oh, you fuck it.
Sexy then.
Michigan.
Michigan State.
Oh, my God. You fucking rat.
It says Megan if you look at it from here.
Michigan. Oh, what are we doing?
Oh.
Hey!
Carl.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, fucking nice. So I followed them on Instagram and then never got back to her.
It is. So I took loads of pictures there. Honestly, it's like a porn store. There's so much good stuff. I could have spent so much money in there. I got this, I got you that. I tried to get some Dolphins thing for him. I tried to get a Vikings thing for him. I tried to get something else for Steve. But I was like, do you know what? We need to just go back and pick stuff.
When? Today?
Yeah.
Oh, Carl, we're doing a podcast.
Oh, yeah. Fuck's sake, we're always doing that.
No,
How cool's this?
Twice a week.
Vintage Michigan State Uni.
Yeah, you're in twice a week. I'm not. Remember what? Doing my actual job.
Jim Harbaugh's Michigan State. Yeah.
Lazy bastard.
Do you know their ground? Could you just look up the Michigan State stadium? Because I think it's 120,000 capacity. It's one of the biggest in the world.
University.
Yeah, they get more
Do you not know about the college football? Like,
Yeah,
no way.
I know it's big, but I didn't think it was fucking 120k, 75k. Still, I mean, the record attendance is 80.
Oh, okay. I'm disappointed.
It's still a lot of people to go.
I thought there was more at Michigan.
They're not children.
Just 75,000. You know,
some of them are like 24.
as big as national
Uni.
fucking stadiums.
Yeah, people play like college football till they're like 24.
I think you've got 5 years. You've got 5 years.
From 18.
Maybe 18, 19,
right,
yeah.
okay.
I don't know the rules exactly, but they've got there's a minimum they have to do, and there's also like a max
But
they can
before
do.
they can go pro.
So yeah, like
And it's a big like controversy that never really gets talked about. It just gets stummed, but they can't be paid. If you're a college athlete, you do not get paid to play in those games with 80,000 people watching.
However, there was a change year or two ago. They can now get image rights.
Right.
Because they were about to get it was about to get overhauled completely, because say Michigan State, who are one of the sort of big 15 like universities, maybe 20, maybe 10, 15, quite historic. They're in the same division as Ohio State, which are one of the Buckeyes, are one of the best. And Jim Harbaugh's on a contract. He's the coach. He came from, do you remember when the 49ers were in the Super Bowl about 10 years ago with Kaepernick, who went on to, take the knee against the flag and against police brutality? He was his head coach. Quite a groundbreaking coach, bit of a divisive character. He's on about $10 million a year at Michigan State. Like, it's huge levels of coaching contracts at the biggest university.
Union.
Yeah, I think it was, yeah. And then the players for years have just not been allowed to. Is it the NCAA, if they get involved, if there's any bribery or any even like any kickbacks or any like, cool, maybe we'll buy you a car, they can ban you from college football and like take away the first however many years of your professional career. It's dodgy as fuck. Whereas, say if you're a young lad in the Premier League, how old was Cesc Fabregas when he won a fucking Premier League medal? I think he was 16, wasn't he? Like, if you're good enough at 17 and you're in the first team, I know they're not giving you 150 grand straight away, but those lads who are Premier League starlets, they're on 30 grand, aren't they? Like, they're on 40 grand. Like, what? I know Mason Greenwood's a terrible example, but those lads who are like in the first team and banging goals in at 18 will probably be
Harvey Elliott's on at the minute. Google Harvey Elliott, Liverpool wage.
50,
60? What?
40.
No.
He's 18.
I reckon 22
Do you reckon, yeah?
at the minute. And it'll be
But they had to, he must be worth
15 grand a week.
Right. But I mean, he's probably months
Even
away.
Curtis Jones as well is on 15.
But isn't he on he must be months away from a new contract, Harvey Elliott.
Oh, yeah.
Because they don't, those young lads, they don't wait till the contract's done, don't they? They don't go, well, you signed 15. They can't, like when Rashford was coming through, he gets every year and a half, they're like, right, you've moved up. Yeah.
Because his weights going up, isn't it? So they need to.
And also, they just know that So clubs have a lot less negotiating power in transfer dealings with other clubs if their players on a low wage. So, like, let's say Harvey Elliott, like, he's already actually turned down Real Madrid to come to Liverpool. It's actually quite cute, the story. So when he was at Fulham, there was 3 clubs interested in signing him, which was, I believe, Man United, and he was just like, no, because he's a lifelong Liverpool fan. Real Madrid and Liverpool. They were the 3 clubs after Harvey Elliott.
That means you're very good at 16, doesn't it? Like, was he 15?
15, 16. But that's literally a kid, right? And he got sent to the Bernabeu, got given a full tour of the Bernabeu by, is it Perez? Is it Florentino Perez?
Yeah.
And he was like, so do you want to sign for Real Madrid? And he went, no, I don't like what Sergio Ramos did to Mo Salah in the Champions League final, so don't want to play here. But just took the tour. And he turned them down based on the very deliberate foul.
Great tackle.
Yeah. From a defender's point of view, it was, but horrific from a Liverpool fan's point of view.
Yeah, you know, when these kids go wrong, you're like, what do you expect? You've got Florentino Perez, a fucking multimillionaire, one of the giants of sort of like Spanish football, showing you around, sucking up to you, going, do you want to, hey, this is where, all the Galacticos played, you'll be a potential future lender. And you're 15, 16 years old, and your mum's like following you around going, Harvey, you're right, would you like it? You like paella? What do you think? Because they're buying us a fucking villa, Harvey. No, mum, I want to go to fucking Crosby.
But if he's on 15 grand a week at the minute and Real Madrid come in now, say, or Barcelona or a big club come in and go, we'll give you 15 million for him. And Liverpool go, no, he's a £100 million player already. Then they go, so why is he on 15 grand a week? And then he can go, well, why am I on 15 grand a week, but you're on 100 million for me?
Yeah, fair enough.
So that's why they give them more money.
Yeah, which is fair.
Yeah.
I know these kids go wrong, a lot of them, but if you look at how many of these young lads have this level of money, influence, fame, and whatever, I know what happened with Mason Greenwood is fucking horrific and everything, but it's almost a surprise that more of these lads aren't off the fucking rails, because the amount of responsibility on their shoulders and the money and it's incredible that only a few of them go fucking wrong. And I'm not. That sounds like I'm being really flippant about what happened with Mason Greenwood. It was horrific, but it's such a weird state of affairs for a 16-year-old, 17-year-old to have men, like grown working class men in the stand going, fucking over.
It's got to be something to do with man management.
It's a very, very difficult part of the, not that we're going to go into too much detail about it, because it would be libelous and I imagine there's a court case coming. But like with the rumours and the allegations and the allegedly against Mason Greenwood, like it's a very difficult part of that conversation to have, because to bring up the idea of, oh, these guys are treated like royalty, so of course he's going to feel entitled, and of course some of them are going to end up abusive like that, seems very dismissive of a victim's very real trauma and what they've gone through. But it isn't. These problems don't get solved without having difficult parts of the conversation. And the fact that these lads from the age of 15, 16 are worshipped by 80,000 or 50 or 60,000 people, that is contributing to this entitlement that is very apparent and obvious in those alleged recordings of that particular footballer. But
there's not many of them doing it, you know, and the abuse is maybe the wrong thing, but like...
Yeah, but we don't even know that for sure. There's a lot of very high-powered lawyers involved. Like this clip from Greenwood was never meant to see the light of day. Do you know what I mean?
Someone's leaked it.
Well, there's chat that she was hacked, and then
allegedly it was leaked on her Instagram. But
look, we really can't. We're getting into really dicey waters.
No,
here.
you can't. We can't talk about. Maybe it's easier to talk about.
He's an absolute scumbag, and there is no excuse for it. But just because there isn't an excuse for it doesn't mean there aren't contributing factors to it. And that's the conversation that needs to be had. And that's the conversation that you can't have on Twitter, because Twitter's very polarizing. And there's one side of Twitter where it's like, you know, he's scum. It doesn't matter the way he's come through and whatever. And that's absolutely right. It doesn't matter that he's worshipped every week. That doesn't entitle him to do and behave the way he is. But that doesn't mean that isn't contributing to that. And that is a conversation that a lot of people are not quite ready to have.
And these football clubs work really, really hard on this, don't they? From a young age, the more potential you have, the more focus there is on their... like the responsibilities, their home life. They do, like, you don't see any of this, but these young lads are managed and coached and developed. They have financial advisors. They have people looking after them. They're getting lessons from their employee that, like, most 16, 17-year-old fucking apprentices or A-level students are in a childlike dream compared to them. They're getting told, that's why clubs want them in a relationship, don't they? They lean on them. You see footballers having kids at 22, 21, and it's almost standard fare. The football clubs are like leaning on them to settle down because the home life gives them stability. I honestly think a 25-year-old football player, in many ways that they have to live their life, is so much more mature than your average British 25-year-old lad.
I don't know.
Mature in some senses of financial ability and nous, but in terms of maybe being streetwise, but in terms of not knowing how the world works, probably not.
Well, yeah, I mean,
look at Molly May. I know she's not a footballer, but she's so detached.
And it's a similar thing
because she's just being shown oh, you're amazing. She doesn't know what the world is anymore.
But Molly May is also stupid, and that's not her fault.
No, that's what I mean. It's just
what?
She's thick as fuck.
Do we not want Molly May on?
She can come on if she wants, but I'll tell her to her face she's thick as fuck. She's an idiot, and that's not her fault.
She isn't intelligent.
That's
what are we doing?
What do you mean? What are we doing?
What's just happened here?
He's brought Molly May up as a good
I thought we were getting Molly May on.
How are we gonna? Have you got a number?
I thought you mean Paddy the Baddy's mate from the UFC?
No! Oh my God! You absolute moron.
Molly McCann. Right. I honestly thought we were talking about...
Molly May is a girl from Love Island who said a couple of...
We were talking sport, and I honestly thought you started talking about the female
Can
UFC
you put
fighter.
2 photographs in here,
It's not
side by side,
it's
of
not
Meatball Molly McCann and Molly May, and show who Dan has just got confused.
Do you think it was the visual that confused me, though, Adam?
Look, just go back to that last one. Go back to that last one, Finn. Look, she fights in the UFC regularly. She is...
Oh, because that's the mistake I made.
She's fighting for the belt.
You fucking pranic. I honestly thought we'd gone from sports people, and you were talking about... And I was like... Why are we talking about a hard as nails UFC fighter that we definitely want on?
I think they are the opposite.
I was like, are you sure you want to say that? Yeah? I'll call her fucking stupid to offend. I was like, Adam's going to get banged out on the podcast.
They are the opposite. One of them is salt of the earth.
Yes,
Everybody's...
Yeah, but they're not the opposite fucking name, are they? Yeah,
no.
Cool. Nice one. Oh, my God. I know we go past the line sometimes. I was like, I honestly don't know what's happening. I'm going to get my business partner fucking KO'd. Right, cool. Yeah, Molly May. Yeah.
Did you see what happened with Molly May?
I thought we wanted to get her on.
Did you see what happened with Molly May? So this is old news now, and it's only because it's come up in the conversation. She did an interview where she said, everyone's got the same 24 hours in the day, and basically, if you're poor, you're not working hard enough.
Oh.
So nice. Carl brought that up
Great.
because he's talking about the fact that there's young people who are very successful and don't have the maturity of normal life.
Right, but she's not had the same training that young footballers have had. If anything, it proves my point.
She's got a publicist though.
Yeah, okay, but not from the age of 16. She's had.
What?
19. Okay, but I get it. But like these footballers are part of an institution that guides them. Like to be fair, when it comes to abuse, that's a separate thing. But I'm just talking about in the NFL. There was a cornerback called Eli Apple that we all watched in the Super Bowl. Plays for the Bengals, and he was a first round cornerback. He got picked by I think New York, the Giants, and they got criticized within a season for it because they were like, yeah, he's a fucking idiot. He's an absolute idiot. And it was in all of the scouting they did. Maturity and like how sensible they are is part of the thing that some NFL franchises look for. They don't talented, fast, incredible twitch, really good player at the position. What are they like off the field? He was so fucking thick. He'd been relying on his mum for all of his cutlery, he's washing up. He'd not done anything. He'd not done any clothes washing and gets moved to New York and was wearing clothes one time and wasn't putting them in the laundry. He was just putting them in a bin. And then going out to buy new clothes. He had no idea how to live and was just constantly like ringing people at the Giants going, I don't know how to do this thing. And they were like, oh my God, we've employed a talented 9-year-old. Like.
So have we.
Yeah. When he chooses to be. But I mean, this kid, and he's bounced around. Yeah, that's.
Can't say much about that.
No, okay.
Adam's bought new clothes instead of washing old ones.
I have got halfway through the Edinburgh Fringe before I realised I haven't washed anything and then just gone and bought 14 new t-shirts and 14 new pairs of undies.
Honestly, the way you, like, I know Molly May sounds like a fucking horrible snitchy Tory, but you need...
I'm gone!
What? No! No, I didn't say Paddy McGuinness.
Anyway, so you
needed success. Like the way you live, it's great. You're getting it, and this is only the start. But it's sort of necessary because you got a bit of the, You told me about the piece of furniture that nearly went to the hammer yesterday.
Oh yeah. So yesterday, I built 2 Billy bookcases, and I put the back of one of them on the wrong way. It's got 27 nails in the back to keep it on, so you cannot take them off.
27.
And then I literally flipped it around. I was like, oh, I put it on the wrong way.
I nearly
broke it and just went and bought a new one.
I'd love to see the recording if you go 26, 27. Lovely. Look at that, Jack. Fuck!
That is not far from what actually happened.
I put proper Molly May on them.
I went, no! And Jack went, what? I went, look, it's the fucking wrong way round. And he's like, right, we'll try and get it out. It was impossible to get it out, so I've come to the conclusion I'm just going to paint it. That's the thing to do, just paint it white. What are you laughing at?
Just have it brown.
I'll put a picture in here. It looks ridiculous.
Oh, is it like chipboard?
Like cardboard brown.
Oh, right, okay.
Would have been great to see you kick the fuck out of a Billy Buck case, though.
I just want to say, we've just done
Proper Martin McGuinness.
American sports financial problems. Mason Greenwood, Molly May, and the maturity of overhyped 20-year-olds. And it all started with, this is a nice jacket, isn't it? Blue collar boys.
Just live my life. I live my life a little
I
different.
told them I'd give them a shout out. So follow them on Instagram. They are Vintage by Blue Collar Boys. And if you like your American sportswear, they've got some really, really good stuff. And they let me in at midnight on a Friday morning.
Morning.
I was like a pig in shit in there.
Thomas Green and Adam Rowe like fucking Kanye and Kim in Dolce and Gabbana. Nice.
Superb.
Have a break.
Yeah. I'll do, won't I?
That's nice. We'll
It's
call
a
it.
short section for us, but
Hey,
go on.
no.
Hey,
Hey,
why not? You know
call
what I
it what
mean?
it is.
Just do whatever we want to do. It's our podcast. Fuck off.
Quality.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to let you know about our lead sponsor, Manscaped.com, the best in below-the-belt men's grooming. Join the over 4 million men worldwide using men's below-the-belt grooming from Manscaped, and Valentine's Day is coming up. I've got a little bit of opposition here. I reckon we need a new national holiday. I think February the 13th, the day before Valentine's Day, should become national. In fact, no, worldwide Shave Your Balls Day. Because let's be truly honest, Valentine's Day, all the bells and whistles of it is for the woman. All a man wants is to get sucked off. And that is only really going to happen if he's got a nice trimmed pubic region.
So you need the Manscaped Performance Package 4.0 with the amazing Lawnmower 4.0, which is honestly one of the best bits of kit. We got sent them when Manscaped became a sponsor. They're a phenomenal bit of kit. You don't get nicked. You've got a little light on it. It runs forever. You can use it in the shower. You've also got the weed whacker for your nose hair, because ladies do not like a hairy fucking nose. You also get extra gifts. There's like a shed travel bag, which was really nice. Anti-chafe, like, what are these? Like boxes by Manscaped.
The boxes are amazing. I actually personally love the ball deodorant and the toner as well.
And they've smelt better ever since you started
My
using
balls smell fucking lovely, mate.
Well, no, the guests comment.
Look, treat your missus to getting you one of these shavers. Your dick will look better. Your dick will look bigger. And honestly, she's going to want to touch it more, because no one wants to touch a messy little pubic region. You've got like leftover cum in it.
Oh,
It's not
God.
good.
God, no. Really? Is that an issue? Is that the issue? Go to manscaped.com for our exclusive offer of 20% off plus free shipping with the code WORD20. What's the code, Adam?
The code is WORD20. Shave your balls. Make your woman think you're great.
Come in your pubes, eh? Problem.
Sometimes.
Have a wash first, yeah?
There's only so much shampoo can do.
Yeah. Get the Lawnmower 4.0. Hack away.
It is actually the best thing I own.
It is. 100%. Every day.
You like the cigar, don't you? Should we get cigars for Paul Smith's wedding? Some Cubans.
I think I might be sick, so, because I'm planning to get pretty drunk.
Yeah, let's have some Cuban cigars, though. Be cool.
Last time I did that, because it's all fun and games, isn't it? Until you realise you don't really smoke cigars. And then I sort of whited a bit.
I had 2 fucking absolute belters that time in London. I've been asked to be master of ceremonies at Paul's wedding.
Oh, that's
Got to
lovely.
host the day.
That's 2 for 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
Best man.
Yeah.
At the first one.
It's going to be really funny hosting.
Hang on. Were you best man at the first one?
Me and Paul Blair were both best man at the first
Right.
one, and there was no other groomsmen. So, but this time he's got like 7 groomsmen. Paul Blair is best man, and I'm master of ceremonies.
Nice.
It's going to be really funny, because I'm going to host it like I'm comparing a gig. I'm going to be like, who's been to one of Paul's weddings before?
Oh, don't
Nice.
drop your
Give
guns
us a
out
cheer
now.
if you have never been before.
Shout out, by the way, Everton have just cut ties with Megaphone, the Russian company, so I have 2.
Yeah.
It does just look like you've gone, I want to be captain.
No, I do not.
I'm captain of the podcast.
We stand with the Ukraine, don't we?
So I cut my Megaphone ties. I apologise for the first section of you seeing.
If it kicks off properly and England get involved, you're going to join the front line with the Tyson Fury boys?
100%, mate. Yeah. Can't wait. All of the different weights of boxing, all the fly heavyweights, I'll be in there with them. Why? Just because the Klitschko's a Ukrainian doesn't mean every boxer has to be like, I'll fight on the front line.
No, but
as
there's
well.
mutual respect between boxers and the Klitschko's, isn't there? Like, they all respect them, so they're like, if you're fighting, we're fighting. Let's be brothers in arms.
Right, cool.
With
Well, I
big
respect
arms.
you, and if you go to the front line near Kiev, I'll be in Sorgel.
No, I'm going to just podcast there. I've said from the start, I'll be Good Morning Vietnam. Good morning, Kiev.
Good morning, Kiev.
Why would you be in Kiev?
Doing
won't
the
be in
radio.
Kiev.
He's going to be the podcast. He's
Oh,
going to
you're
be
gonna do
the
it from home.
Podcast from here. They'll still have the internet over there, won't they?
Not for long.
way. Tell you what,
No, but the internet's plumbed in. You can't bomb the internet.
the internet's plumbed in.
Turn it off though, can't they?
You can't bomb the internet. Fact.
It's in the air.
Have you researched it? Show me your findings. You haven't got none? Oh, shut up then. Arguments with Adam Rowe. Right. And also, even if I went, do you know, actually, I have been studying the internet being plumbed in. You're a fucking Tory nonce. There's no winning. You can't win.
You can't win. You just
Hey,
have to
good
be
luck.
better.
Good luck, the future Mrs. Rowe. It's not going to be easy.
I'm actually a fucking delight to be in a relationship with.
know, you
I'm
think
wonderful.
you are. I
And I'm
know.
very, very, very good at acknowledging when I'm wrong,
I know
if it ever
you
happens.
think you are is the most passive aggressive thing. I know you think you are.
Oh, yeah. First time at Paul's. This is first time for me at Paul's wedding.
Number 2 for me.
Yeah. I've gone up the gears. We had a bit of a heart-to-heart recently. Right, to sort of admit that I'd been a bit dismissive of him when he started out. It's just not a nice conversation to have when he basically went, I really cared about your opinion and I didn't think you gave a fuck about me. And I was like, I'll be honest, the first 7 or 8 years of me being a comic, I was an arrogant little shit and I was quite dismissive of a lot of people.
Was this at my birthday?
Yeah. We were all bevved up and I
He
was
told me about this, actually, yeah.
yeah, and it was...
That's
it-
not wrong with that though. It's quite mature. Good way to deal with it.
I knew soon after that, I just had it's funny, talking about those lads who play football, comedy was too easy for me early doors. And I thought I was fucking great. And I really lacked humility. I turned professional at 23, 24. There must be parallels there. You start out and you're like, I'm fucking great. And then when you get a little bit older, you're like, I was just more generous and considerate. Like, I was pretty brutal for deciding who was doing shite comedy. And I look back at the absolute dog shit I was doing. I hate my first 3 or 4 years of comedy. I would cringe watching the stuff that I
You
did.
should hate your old stuff, though,
Yeah.
I think. That's a sign that you're developing as a comic, hating your old...
But my stuff 10 years ago, I thought was good comedy. Like, I don't want to do it loads.
Yeah.
I got bored of it, but I was a bit dismissive, and we had a heart-to-heart where he was like, yeah, I noticed it, and I knew it, and it sort of hurt my feelings. I was like, I'm gutted that that's the case. And that's not because... of Paul's success, that's because he's an excellent comic. If he'd had no success and he was an excellent comic, I'd
Very
still be
underrated comic, I think, Paul. For all the success he's got, I think amongst comedians, he's seen as that guy who does crowd work and who's got lucky, and they've never actually seen him put an hour together.
Fucking hell. Just stand in the room and watch him work. And also, he's one of our mates, and because
He's back on soon.
Because I've been
April, I think.
because I'm close with you, he and I are in each other's world a little bit more, and you're like, yeah, that was great. His birthday, we had a fucking...
It's been a long
Right,
time since we had him on. Last time we had him on was with Loz, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he messaged me because they're about to kickstart their podcast together. And he asked, could he come back on? I was like, of course you can.
I love Laurie. She's great fun. She's really good. Laura loves her as well because she's just got that thing that she's got. You know, she's a smart woman. She's very successful in everything, but she's also got that thing where she's just a little less filter than I think a lot of, like, Laura and my sister, a lot of the women in my life are very high filter. Like, oh my God, what if that person thinks that? And I like how Laurie's just like, fuck that. Go fuck yourself. She's got a nice level of that. She's got a bit of balls.
Did you see that she opened for him in Birmingham last week?
What?
She gave it a go. She did her first ever gig at the OT Academy in Birmingham and
Well,
opened
I
for
think
Paul.
she's only getting that because she's shagging him. You'll be the first to see it. I'm very pro women in comedy, but she slept away into the position there. Absolute fact.
How long did you do?
I don't know. Yeah, she did a set.
Love it.
I think it's great.
Ballsy.
So, Laura, tour starts in September. Let's tighten that set up. Because these fucking tour supports cost money. Hey? That's going to
Not
be
much
where?
money.
Where's that down south? That's on the little down in Devon, isn't it? We're down in Devon for that.
I've
okay,
got
innit?
back-to-back wedding weeks. I'm really excited. I'm doing that. And then the week after, I'm going to Greece.
Oh, you've got to like them for the foreign wedding, haven't you?
It's me cousin.
Yeah, you do.
Um,
No,
No. Dolly is engaged. She'll get married in a few years, I think. This is Tom.
Shout out if you're playing Havoc. Sorry, mate, I interrupted you. But if you're playing random characters from Our Lives Bingo, Dolly is like third tier. Like every couple of months, there'll be a Dolly reference, like weird, like minor name celebrity.
I've seen a lot of our Dolly recently, just because we've had some family stuff going on, and obviously I've had some personal stuff going on, which is well documented, and I've just seen quite a bit of her and her fiance Luke, and I love Luke, and it sort of drives Dolly mad how much me and Luke get on.
That's good though,
because obviously she's a woman and he's a man, and I tend to be on his side in most arguments. So if I'm in the house and they kick off, she looks to me like, you're me cousin / basically me brother, you're on my side, aren't you? And I'm like, no, he's 100% right and you're being a lunatic. But I'm going to my cousin Tom's wedding. So Tom is the lad.
Tommy.
He, weirdly, when we were kids, I never knew Tom.
That's it, Tommy.
Because he's my dad's older brother's son. So he's a few years older than me. And he lived on the Whittle growing up, because that's one of my dad's brothers did quite well and moved to the Whittle when he was young.
Might as well be fucking international over the water.
But I became really good mates with Tom when I first started gigging in London, because he lived down there and he was like, if you ever need somewhere to stay, you can stay with me and my missus, Sally. And I just got to know them I met Tom in his flat in London, because he was like, we got talking online. He was like, do you need somewhere to stay? Come and stay in ours. And then every time I went to London, I would stay in theirs.
Nice.
To
have a cousin in London.
Oh, it was great.
That's not a bad shout, is it?
When my mate Matt
got given a fucking flat. Oh, man. That's too good. Matthew Reese had a fucking Navy paid-for house on Portobello Road. Jesus Christ. The sadness when he was like, I'm going back to Portsmouth. I was like, oh, no. Okay, bye. Yeah, that's sweet. Oh, well, good, man. And how many people invited?
I don't know. I'm going to book my flights later today, actually, and my hotel. I've looked at the hotel they're getting married in, because that'd be ideal. But I'm going to stay nearby.
Do you know, in the past, when we've talked about like people like, what would be a great Patreon special if you did a life swap? Like, I'm up for it now.
What, just now?
No, last. Oh, hey, no. If you want to just do a week or two, we'll record it for Patreon. You can come and hang out with the family, you know.
As long as I get to parent how I want to parent.
Well, I don't get to parent how I want to parent.
Well, then I'm not doing it.
No, that's not what being in a marriage is about.
But I'm not married to Laura.
No, but in a wife swap, you can't just be like, listen.
Yeah, but I don't have to deal with the consequences, and I know that. So I can just be like, shut up. We're doing it this way.
You have to pretend to be in a relationship.
But like, listen, mouth, I'm doing it this way.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Oh, God, this lifestyle's going to be forever. And we want to swap back. I'm sorry. Adam died in my life. I'm now in his life. And my tour's 3 times bigger.
Just saying. I reckon I could get your house in order.
I'm going to go to Greece. Going to go shopping at midnight in a fucking shop. I'm going to go to Greece. Get my house in order. Fuck you.
I could.
You can't. Listen. Try. You can do it. Give it a go.
There's no way I had to have shit yourself that third time.
5 in a row. I put 5 times.
Exactly. The second one, I'd have been, that's enough now.
If I came back from the wife swap and you'd got one piece of artwork on the walls, I'd be so impressed.
I'd just put it up. I'd be like, look, there's holes in the walls now. There's holes in the walls. So if you take the picture down, it's going to look so shit.
Fact. Just come back and it's like Hogwarts. A lot of decrees from the ministry.
Good shout.
Should we do some questions?
Sure.
Wag lids. This is from Richard Peel. Old school.
Whoa.
OG Richard Peel.
Middle name Orange.
No, wait. Hang on. Richard Orange Peel. Fucking old Carl.
Brother of John.
Lucky we've got him.
Is he not just doing a joke? Is that not Dick Peel? Is he not talking about foreskin?
Well,
I mean, if he isn't, it's a shit.
I've never heard the phrase dick peel.
Have you not? Get your dick peel out. Have you never heard that?
There's my used to say.
Oh, is your dick peeling? Is that a dick peel?
No, get your dick peel out. Have you never heard that?
How often do you hear that?
From who? Who's going to get, like, which aggressive Scouse women have wanted to suck my dick by going, get your dick peel out? Oh, my God. That was Paul Smith's first wedding. Get your dick peel out. Richard Peel says, I mean, if it's if it's a bit, he's committed to it because he's been emailing in, and I think he's a patron under the name Richard Peel. And we've read his emails before and never made the reference. He's like, long term though, this is going to be for 14 great Dick Peel seconds. For the 10,000 patron special, which we're not really doing, we're already at 10,500. So you should go to Aintree for the Grand National meeting and take Jamie Hutchinson as tipster. $2,000 each to spend on the nags, or go to the Catino. Said it wrong. Casino and test Adam's roulette theory. Cheers, boys. Keep up the good work.
I mean, the roulette thing isn't a theory. It's statistical, guaranteed.
Didn't we find out that someone had committed to it for like 6 rounds and then bottled it at 7?
Someone's in my Instagram DMs losing money as we spoke. I was like,
yeah, that's their fault for being fucking stupid and not committing to the system. Yeah. It does work. It's infallible. Literally infallible.
As long as you've got
the collateral,
unlimited collateral to do it.
Yeah.
So,
but we did say that.
So why haven't you done it?
Because I haven't got unlimited collateral.
You're doing all right.
Yeah, but I haven't got unlimited collateral.
Hey, pack coffee. Come on, lad.
Yeah. I haven't got unlimited collateral. But I would love to go and do a Patreon special where we all take $1,000 each or whatever and go to the races with Jamie.
I don't know why that's weird to me. I don't have to put 1,000 on a horse, do I?
No. It's
all right,
your days.
Okay, cool.
Can you still book tickets for the Grand National? Are we busy then?
To be honest,
I don't know.
Would it not be funny just going to Utoxeter or somewhere shit? Like rather than like the Grand National where it's just a load of fucking
Definitely
everyone's...
easier to film at Utoxeter than the Grand National.
Where was the one that you mentioned?
Chester Races.
No.
Kempton.
Where's Kempton?
Kempton.
I love
What about the Kentucky Derby?
Oh, here we go.
Derby, not Derby.
Here we go.
The Kentucky Derby would be great.
Is that their Grand
And
National?
you can get KFC from the original gaff as well if we go there.
Yeah.
7th of May.
We could do that. Oh, no. That's Paul Smith's wedding.
Fuck's sake.
Oh, it's the day after. The wedding's on the Friday. We fly out to Kentucky. Derby.
Sorted. Still get it booked.
So I don't really know what the Kentucky Derby is. I'm just assuming it's American Grand National.
It's the American Grand
I know
National.
it's done on dirt and not grass.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of the NFL boys
And it's a fight
turn
to the
up.
death rather than a race.
Excuse me.
It's the last horse alive.
The last horse alive wins.
Excuse me. That's the Grand National though, isn't it?
Sort of, but it's actually horse fighting the Kentucky Derby.
Right. No weapons. Just hooves.
No, it's literally horse fighting.
It's jousting.
You're a silly person and I don't want to talk to you.
What are you on about?
It's on YouTube, surely, isn't it?
Go on.
Horse fighting.
The horse fighting. Oh no, I don't know what I'm
Oh,
going
look,
to
Kentucky
say.
Derby, yeah. No, we're going to get BBC copyright.
Ah, BBC fucking rat.
Copyright.
No, but it's just a horse. It's a horse race, isn't it?
It's a horse Royal Rumble.
Horse Royal Rumble.
That's what the Kentucky
Come
Derby
in.
is.
The Horse Rumble, it's called.
Yeah. The Humble.
These some silly.
You ever seen Battle Royale?
This is just like that.
One horse gets a frying pan and one gets a machine gun.
What happens in Battle Royale?
Battle Royale is everyone gets one weapon.
Yeah.
What? And someone gets a frying pan and someone gets a machine.
I'm pretty sure. Spoilers.
Came out 25 years ago.
The person with like the shit weapon, like a frying pan or something, wins the whole
The
thing.
little girl.
Oh, hello.
The little girl.
Twist. I tell you what, when that little girl got the frying pan, most of us watching thought, not going to win. But she did. Clever writing.
Do you know what's funny? Like, the person with the shotgun should have just blew her head off.
Cool.
You know what I mean? Why did she win?
Yeah, I bet you'd be fun in a script room, wouldn't you? In a writing room. Just
What's
shoot
happening
the
next?
fucking girl.
The guy with the gun should just kill her because he can.
Right, we're on page 3. Shoot the fucking kid with the gun. Fact. Not bad. Go make me some fucking bacon. Slag. Pow.
Wow. But yeah, it's
What is
There's the
Aintree?
teaser.
What is Aintree? Is that
It's
where
the
the Grand,
borough of Liverpool.
Grand National?
Yeah.
Every year is...
The Randox.
So, in all seriousness, before we're doing fucking horsey rumbles, the Grand... I don't know anything. Jamie's watching this going, oh, fucking hell, lad. It's the longest one, isn't it? And it gets daft.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
The best horses are not in the Grand National. The best horses are at Cheltenham. They're like...
No. They compete in both.
No. No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
The absolute best horses in the country are at the Gold Cup in Cheltenham. They're like the Lamborghinis and the fucking McLarens.
Yeah, but is that a steeplechase or is that flat running?
That's flat running.
Yeah, this is a steeplechase.
Are they 2 different horses?
2 different races.
They don't do both, do they?
I think some of them do.
The Grand National is longer, more dangerous. The amount of deaths they have.
Yeah, but the best horses, it's like, so a steeplechase and a flat running one, the very best horses can do both. It's like Federer. He can play on any course.
Yeah, but if one course
but obviously
was
he's
going to
better
break
on
his
grass.
ankles, like I think it's very dangerous, the Grand National, isn't it?
Yeah, so is the Roland Garros.
Is it?
Yeah, because they slip and slide.
Again, I'm so
that's what,
no.
But that is why I don't watch the French Open, because there's so many tennis players have to be shot behind a curtain.
Two horses have won both.
In what year?
L'escargot and Goldon
Cool.
Miller.
Let's go. What year? What year was that?
1975.
Yeah, 1975. Doesn't happen anymore.
No, but they do compete. He just won both.
Hey, fam, horsey peeps, hit me up. From my understanding, the Cheltenham Gold Club is for the absolute creme de la creme. They're the best.
Remember Frankel?
Frankel?
Remember him?
What was he?
He was the horse that just shit on everybody. And that was jizzes worth like 10 bill.
Mate, that's the game, innit?
Just going to translate that for anyone who's not from Liverpool. He shit on everybody means he was better than everybody. It wasn't just a horse that pooed on all his competitors.
He won loads of races.
He won loads of races. And now is come because it will make good more horses.
He's out to stud.
Good more horse.
In case you don't speak Scouse,
Can you translate him? No.
Yeah. Just he jizzes and load of fucking biffs, do you know what I mean? Makes load of fucking, Sheila horses.
If you put a bit of Frankel up a horse pussy, you're on to a winner.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Great job, though, innit? If you're like the Usain Bolt of horses, you're like, guys, I've won 2 Gold Cups. When do you want me to start? Fucking. What's it?
How much is Frankel's semen worth?
Great search.
20 mil!
No.
He's got a big ball bag in.
No. It's not.
Copyright.
20. It's not 20 million a cup, is it?
No, all his bollocks are worth that.
A gallon of it said a gallon is worth £4.7 million there. A gallon.
He's got some.
I know, but that's not. You don't need a gallon of horse.
No, but compare that to diesel.
There's a shortage as well.
Diesel's like $1.39 a gallon.
If you're at the BP garage and you think diesel is getting expensive, wait till you have Frankel's cum. Bloody hell.
We had the most expensive horse semen. What is our job? It's $6.5 grand. I'm guessing that's per squared.
Can we use that? Can we use some of the Patreon money to get $6.5 grand worth of horse? Come and just have it in a jar back there.
What a flex that is. Oh, that's just Frankel's cum in a pot.
That'd be fucking amazing. Just a jar of Frank cum.
That's the best flex ever. Yeah, that's expensive cum from a horse.
Come on. And then I'll come in a jar next to it.
And then we'll make it horse.
They don't come in a jar.
No, but we can get a jar separately.
You've got to take your horse. They don't.
No, they come in a little thing, don't they? You wank them off.
You don't have to take a horse.
I thought you had to take a horse.
You can lead a horse to come, but you can't make a drink it.
Imagine if you spent $6.5 grand and the horses are like flirting with each other, and then Frankel gets hard like, and then your nag, you're like, go on, love, go on, we're gonna make some expensive horse racing babies, and then she just starts going, swallows the whole load. You'd be like, no.
Should not have Googled this.
Oh my god!
Say you wank it off into like a flashlight.
Yeah, it's like a big, massive flashlight, and it collects in the beaker.
And then you can literally empty it into a little masonry jar.
Hey.
Have it back there.
I reckon we make Finn do this.
Where do you buy horse cum?
Don't put cum. Don't put horse cum.
Oh, we're on so many watch lists, you know. Oh my god, semen ordering from the County Farm Stud.
Oh, nice. That sounds legit. Oh, it's the County Farm Stud.
It's the Country Farm Stud.
Oh, hang on. Do you want to buy some semen from the big old stud lid? Don't let
Overnight delivery.
Oh, quickly. I can't wait.
Walk-ins are 120.
£100 is not enough. I want a $6.5 grand bucket of jizz.
Or you can get it frozen for £2 ton. Like a frozen iced coffee.
In case you want it next year.
Yeah.
Overnight delivery.
Come on, let's buy $6 grand worth of horse. Come and put it on the shelf.
Well, the Country Stud Farm. The Country Stud Farm only go up to £200, and that's basically.
Yeah, we don't want it from them.
Nah, we want the big boy.
It's a horse jizz ice pop.
Where's Frankel? If you know Frankel or his Al fella, tell him to get him in touch.
Sorry, what? If you know Frankel, just hit him up on Twitter, on Insta. If you know
Frankel Horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should do it.
Why?
Because it'd be funny to have a load of cum.
Not having $6,500 of cum on the shelf.
That is the best flex. What podcast can flex that?
This is a legitimate conversation.
I
mean,
Between
it really
business
is.
partners.
It really is.
I want to buy horse cum, the most expensive on the
I
market.
know, but you don't deal with the accountants.
Is it a write-off?
I have to deal with Heather, the accountant, who's like, have you got any receipts?
Think about
Just
it.
going through these.
It'll be worth even more in a few years. It's like buying art, isn't it?
No.
Yeah. You can write it off, though.
Yeah, you're right. You're
It's
right.
the original NFT, horse cum.
Yeah, 100%. It's worth more the more dead it is.
No,
It's only
we'll
been on the
freeze it.
shelf 2 years. Yeah.
Well, then we'll get a cryogenic freezer as well.
A cryogenic. Well, you can just get a freezer.
Get a
Why do you need it
cryogenic.
cryogenic.
Because it needs to be for cum, doesn't it?
What?
No, it just needs to be
I thought
cold.
when you
Just to
freeze
be
it.
co- Cryogenic.
So hang on. If I come in like a packet now and put it in my freezer.
Put it with your fabs.
Yeah. If I put it with me fabs. Right.
Don't get them
And
mixed up.
me Snickers ice creams.
Oh, the goat.
Right. Are you telling me that if I take that jizz out next year and put it in the microwave for 30 seconds, it's good to know?
I think you've just got
expose it to microwave. No.
no. It's
Thaw
like
it.
it's like meat. You've got to thaw it.
The pan.
Put it on a plate.
Put it in the pan.
Do you thaw meat in the pan?
Oh, you just leave it to thaw naturally?
Yeah, on
in
the
room
windowsill.
temperature?
Yeah, on the windowsill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, chicken and jizz.
But will that be as good as new?
It needs to go up the pum ASAP.
The jizz will be like, what year is it?
But it needs to go in soon.
Going what?
The pum.
The horse pum pum.
Oh, is his cum?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Don't be
Yeah,
shy.
if I was like, let's say I went to the doctors and they went, right, look, you can have kids, but you've got like a rare condition where your jizz is going to expire next week.
It's 6 left.
So whatever you've got left in you at the minute,
Sorry, what? Your balls are dying.
it's a rare
He's like,
condition.
Adam, you've got 40 years left to live. Your balls have got 2 weeks.
Yeah. So
You've
need
got
to
aggressive stage 5 ball cancer.
No, not cancer. Don't make it too real.
He's just losing his...
He's got health anxiety.
I got a twinge in me bollock then.
Oh my God. If you want to see actual pain, Adam's health anxiety went, lads, no! Even though we're talking about expiring balls, too real.
It's just me cum's going to expire.
His virility is dropping.
Yeah.
You're drying out.
So because I can still jizz, it just won't be potent.
Cool.
Right?
Potent, that.
So he's like, you need to spend the next week
It's potent.
wanking like mad. And then freeze your jizz. Are you telling me I can just put it next to me fucking Finder's crispy pancakes?
Oh, 100%, because I studied medicine. I studied jizz medicine. Manchester, 10 years.
How much is it worth, though?
How much is it worth?
If
To who?
Frankel-
Well, we're putting him out to stud.
Yeah.
Like he's this next tour is probably him peaking. In 20 years, we're going to want some young, fresh comedians out there.
No, but it'll still be young, won't it? It'll still be 30. If I do it now, that jizz will be forever 30 if I freeze it.
Good album.
Has everyone got the text through? Great, thanks. Good. Glad we got our text through. Sorry, what? Your jizz will be 30?
I'm 30 now.
What?
So if I jizz in a bag now and freeze it,
It comes out Adam's a 30-year-old Adam.
no, what I mean is it will always be
Yeah.
of 30-year-old ripeness, won't it?
Like a 30. It's like a whiskey that's been frozen.
Yeah.
It's still 30 years old because it
Yeah.
hasn't been mature.
No matter how old it gets. Like I've got a bottle of Lagavulin 16 in my
You're
house.
30.
That's always a 16-year-old whiskey, no matter how long I keep it for.
No. You're 30. Your jizz isn't 30.
What are you talking about?
No, the makeup of him giving away his DNA is, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
So hang on. Do you make different... No, you don't. Your DNA is your DNA. You're not like, yeah, I got pregnant to Adam when I was 18 and fucking the little shit's a drinker, a bit immature. But then I got pregnant to Adam when he was 37. He was settled down, little baby, talking about house prices. It's the same fucking jizz, isn't it?
No, but the overall health of your body contributes to your jizz health.
Especially
I
in
thought
women.
you were like literally changing the personality of the baby that's born from that jizz.
It sort of is, though.
No, it's sort of not.
But as you get
is.
into your
No.
30s and 40s, aren't there more chances of being like problems? So
Yeah.
that surely affects it.
No, but that's just because they're just like, I'm so tired.
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about.
He doesn't want
Oh, I
tired
thought-
jizz.
That's what I'm talking about. So, like, if I jizz now,
healthy.
healthy jizz, if I do it in 15 years, a 45-year-old dog tired boss cum is just going to be, like...
It doesn't, I think your jizz is still strong way. I mean, like, guys...
Nah. Yeah, Des O'Connor was still having babies when he was 104 or something, wasn't he?
Yeah.
There's guys impregnating in the 80s. I mean, who's
Des O'Connor?
fucking them?
I
Like?
think Des O'Connor's been dead 5 years, and I think he's got, like, a 6-year-old son.
Des O'Connor.
And he died of old age.
I'm Googling Des O'Connor.
Because he was shagging.
over.
Oh, he was an absolute pussy magnet, Des O'Connor.
Look at him, mate. Imagine how many fannies he's seen in his life.
Yeah, of course. He's a fucking entertainer, lad.
Full name Desmond as well.
12 weddings. Full name Desmond. That was the important bit. Died.
Yeah, look.
Died Buckinghamshire.
Christina, Adam, Karen, Samantha.
Yeah, so
Tracy.
click on Christina and see how young she is.
Christina O'Connor.
She's old.
She's fucking Powie as well.
He's got a young child, I'm telling you.
Right. The point is, you can impregnate women when you're old, innit? Does that it's changed? I
See,
don't-
Tracy doesn't even come up because she's so young.
That's a weird time to ring the blowjob bell.
She's the director of Who Do You Think You Are, so she can't be that.
Fucking nepotism. I refute, and I'm gonna for the first time today, could have done it earlier, I'm gonna put this on. You can still have healthy children just because you've got 75-year-old jizz.
Yeah, but I think what he means is just a total like DNA mate. Just that he's a young stud, isn't he? Get it out now.
I think
Oh,
women
I'm
would
all-
rather. I think a
yeah.
woman of childbearing age would feel more comfortable having 30-year-old cum than 80-year-old cum.
Because I always look at Adam and think, young stud,
You should,
you know.
especially with this new hair wax.
He's gone to my barber's now. He's moved over to the light side.
Me and Carl share a barber.
Yeah, Josh. Shout out Josh. Grow cut.
I'm just slowly morphing into Carl.
Are you doing another sponsorship? Shout out Josh.
No.
Shout out Josh at Joey's Hairdressers.
It wasn't a sponsorship.
Hey, and if Josh fucking nicks you here, go to Joey Hughes. He'll fucking
I'm still going to go
show
to my
them.
old barber. I just
Shout out
popped in.
Joe Hughes.
The last syllable
Really
of
sell the
my
cities.
barber's name is cut. Always makes me smile.
Not as fun as Joey Hughes.
2 T's though, yeah.
Oh, I'm over here suing motherfuckers. Oh,
He's made up by this, by the way. He's falls off every time.
hey, if you've got a problem, some dame got your jizz and it's 30-year-old prime Adam Road jizz, but you're like, fuck, I'm 75. I got old man jizz. Sue her at Vinny Solicitors. The bitch won't know what hit her. Joey Hughes. Pow. Please don't clip that out.
One more question.
One more question. Oh, it's from Joey Hughes. What am I? Not talking over here? Hold the line, caller. God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay, 'cause Gregor from Dundee has sent a would you rather. All right, let's quick would you rather. Would you rather have 50p for every minute you've watched porn, or £50 for every minute you've lasted in bed? Ever. Love the pod. Been brilliant meeting you at all various different live shows. Gregor from Dundee.
The second one?
£50 for every minute you've lost in bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that one. Because then you're getting paid to bonk, basically, aren't you?
Oh, you don't?
No,
you don't-
he means
there's
backdating it.
it's backdated. You get paid now. The check's about to be cut.
Oh, still that
For
one?
every minute you've had sex from winkies in to winkies out, you get £50.
It's 100 times longer though, isn't it?
It's 100 times more money.
That's what I mean. So if you last 100 times longer, you're making money. Less than, sorry.
Yeah, I'll take 50p and porn. Thank you.
No, I'd take the sex one.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I'll tell you why. Because in bed, I can put a shift in and I can edge and I can hold. But I've had many 25 pence wanks in my day.
No, you've not.
I can make myself come in under a minute.
Oh, I know. You can say it, but you can't. And there's no way of proving it because that's a Patreon special I don't want to see.
Point your toes. Point your toes.
What?
The 3 words. Point. Your pointing is.
Yeah.
Your, as in yours.
Yeah.
Toes.
Point your toes where?
Straight.
What's that got to do with?
Carl, are you on actual glue? I preferred you when you were sponsored by Russian oil companies.
Not anymore.
Pincom.
Does pointing your toes make you finish faster?
That's just an old. Have you never heard that wives' tale?
Have you?
No. I haven't got a clue what he's talking about half the time.
What am I typing in here? Pointing your toes.
Ejaculation.
Ejaculatio. Why I come faster better when I point my toes. There you go. Well, there you go. Have it. Up your bollocks.
I've noticed I stop breathing when I come.
I struggle to breathe when I'm concentrating.
Like as I finish that.
You're meant to, aren't you?
Everyone's an asphyxie wank.
Yeah, but it is though. And I only noticed it recently. And then I was like, oh, I've always done that.
And
Even when
then
you're
you
coming
exhale.
in someone.
What?
Even when you're coming in someone.
I'll have to test that theory and get back to it.
What's Don King? That is Don King, isn't it? I'm fucking blooded me.
Point your toes. Don King. Absolute fucking vital. Carl is vital. Oh,
I'm
God.
still taking the sex one.
Yeah,
Because
but
I'm in and out with the old. It's a chore for me, wanking a lot of the time. I just need to get the demon out.
I would love to know.
Where there's sex,
I'd love to
you're
know
trying to last, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'd love to know where the real value lies in this, because I've watched so much porn.
What's your average session? 10, 15 minutes?
Yeah, 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
That's where foreplay.
Oh, I'm talking about wank.
Wank foreplay?
Yeah, sometimes I give a little tickle on the balls.
What the fuck?
I treat myself right.
Do you never have some self-time foreplay?
What?
Ever tickle your balls or?
I sing to my dick. Strangers in the night. I blow on it so it thinks it's like,
I sing to mine as well.
I think so. I want my balls to think it's on a
Saturday night.
veranda in Portugal. What a lovely evening. A lovely summer's night. Oh, the breeze coming off the Atlantic is stunning.
Do you ever not tease yourself?
Strangers in the night.
He's having great fun.
Where you just you won't go for it straight away.
I have never teased myself.
I do when I'm hungover sometimes. I just want to enjoy it.
Young stud.
So what you do?
Just tickle my balls and stroke the shaft before I fucking. Wait.
Oh my God.
With earphones on him, that was horrible.
Point your toes. Mine are fucking killed. Ha!
Stroke the shaft.
Anthony J. Brown in a set.
Such a niche reference.
Paint my house.
Oh, stop doing that.
You fucking paedophile. That's your own penis.
Oh. You don't wet the tip.
Like a ciggy. You've duckied it.
Your gel pen when it runs out.
What was the question? Oh, yeah, definitely the sex one.
Yeah, 100%. It's 100 times more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
And I
I reckon I've had 100 times. I've had less than 100 times more wank minutes than sex minutes, I think.
Yeah.
I don't. I think I've put some pretty impressive stats there in the wanking. I've been married. Okay. This has been an absolute pleasure. Let's have an interval and speak to some of our money cunts.
And then get Sean McLoughlin in. Who you going to really like?
Very good. Young stud. Today's podcast is sponsored by the subscription coffee service Packed Coffee.
I like the coffee. It's very good.
Award-winning specialty coffee. This is going to be a fun advert. 100% specialty grade, freshly roasted to perfection for your order. There are over 15 different coffees on the menu at any given time to choose from, including Great Taste 2020 and 2021 winners.
It's genuinely that good, and the coffee is so good. They put the name of the farmer that they got it from. That's how good they are with their sources. They're like, listen, this is Jeff's coffee, John's coffee, Giuliano's coffee. You get to know who's making it, and genuinely, I'm becoming a bit of a coffee snob because I used to be a Starbucks guy, and I still am when I need to be. But these little fruity ones, these little rare ones,
More
Packed
ethical.
Coffee.
It's more ethical as well. You can pause, cancel, or change your plan at any time. It doesn't have to be delivered at the start of the month or every Wednesday. You get it when you want, delivered through the letterbox. Mate, a pack coffee. Sorry, make a pack to make coffee.
Make a cat pack to make better coffee. So if you haven't tried Packed yet, all new customers get a free V60 and filter kit when they first sign up to a Packed plan. Go to packedcoffee.com. That's PACT coffee.com. Create your flexible coffee subscription. Use the code WORD. The code is WORD, W-O-R-D. Use that at checkout. You get your free brewing kit with your order. The code is valid for new customers when you create a Packed coffee plan. You get specialty coffee through your letterbox. Don't wait. Go to packedcoffee.com and create your coffee subscription. And you'll feel like me, like a Duracell bunny who's had a line of cocaine.
He's hyped just reading. That's how good it is.
Woo! Draymond's here. It's part 3 of 4. We're back. How are you feeling today, Don?
They're good. We've got Sean McLoughlin.
Hey. How are you, lad?
Good, man.
Thanks for coming in.
No worries at all. I'm so glad you finally got me. It's what it's all been building up to, I assume.
Absolutely. Yeah. When we started, we said, right, look.
He's too white. I said he's too white. Is all McLoughlin.
One doctor has called me dangerously white. Like it's a problem. Yeah.
Medically too white.
Yeah.
But spiritually, definitely too white. So, now's the time.
I would say I mean, I'm all for diversity. I'm all for, multiculturalism. I would say I am the whitest man I know. Like, if I listen to Simon and Garfunkel, I go, those bass lines are too fat. Get that down. Yeah. Fat. Yeah. Do people still say fat? That's how white I am.
With a PH 18.
Whatever one's more street.
You're just learning about this is how white you are. You're just learning about the pH fat.
Yeah, that's it.
Alkaline.
Proper professional comic, still got the Casio watch on, even without having to time his set.
Always, mate. Always. I wear this. I'm shagging this. I'm always on time.
Just hear the little peep.
Fucking personal best, that look.
And we're off.
No, it's good to be here. It's good to be here, lads.
You have been very busy. You've been touring for a while. You're about to go on your own tour, which we want to plug for you. Mm-hmm. Where can people get tickets for that?
My website,
which is
Sean McLoughlin. Fuck, what is it? SeanMcLaughlinComedy.com.
Cool.
So good luck spelling that.
And you're going all over the UK,
all over the UK and Europe. Dates coming on the 14th of March.
And on top of your own work, because you've got an album out, a special out, which I've seen, which was Hail Mary, which is one of the best shows I've ever seen at the Edinburgh Festival. I came away from watching your Hail Mary show. Was that 2018?
Yeah.
Really annoyed. You know when you watch a comic that you really like, but you get
Can I just say, so far it doesn't sound like a compliment.
No. I mean it as a compliment, though. Like, you know when you watch a comic that you really like, and you come away, and they've put a show together, and it's not just an hour of bang, 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 punchline, peppered stand-up, but then it all makes perfect sense, and every little bit is tied together.
Annoyingly good.
And you just got, like, I watched it with my ex-girlfriend, and my ex-girlfriend she's very anti-religion. And when I told her it was called Hail Mary and there was a religious aspect to parts of it, she was like, ugh, fine. Well, then we're going to watch something I want to watch later. And she loved your show more than anything else we've seen that year.
Oh, that's really nice to hear,
It was annoyingly good.
I've never seen Sean do anything but great comedy. Even when he dies. It's fucking great. No, I'm not even joking. I've seen you have weird gigs, and I've got to the end of it and gone, that was all the crowd's fault. They're fucking Muppets.
Oh, thanks, man.
I've never seen you do anything but absolutely exceptional comedy. In Norway, where they were like, it was still a gem watching you. Like, it was so good.
That was the best. That weekend we did in the Latter,
in Oslo,
one of the best comedy clubs. And we were the only two English speakers. Have you ever talked about this on the pod?
I have. I've done, because we had such a nice time. They put us in a nice hotel. I enjoyed Oslo from start to finish. You were great company. It was all fun. But the Latter Comedy Club is exceptional. It's like Comedy Store, even nicer than the Manchester Comedy Store, but it's sort of got that feel. It was the intro of, and because these people are white in my head and in everyone else's head, I can do in the hood there.
Other accents you normally hold back.
Oh yeah, I do. I really do, because I don't want to be culturally insensitive. But it really was a whole night of like, and they're like, hey, and from Manchester, Dan Nightingale. And then on we go, and I'm like, you all right? And they're like, yes. Like, everyone just
I
turned it
find
on
that
to English.
It's so mental. I do a fair few gigs on the continent because I don't get booked in the UK. But whenever I do a few gigs in the Netherlands, and I did some at the back end of last year, and it's the same. It's like everyone is Dutch, and then you hear your name, and suddenly you have to talk in English, and it's creepy. It's like you're in The Sims, and then suddenly you go. It was like, what are these idiots? What's going on?
Sean McLoughlin.
Sean McLoughlin. You got on there, stink the place out.
No, they
Fucking get the fuck out of there.
No, well, they loved you in Norway.
Yeah.
They're very good.
Yeah. It's pretty good. But thank you very much. Yeah, do come see the show, whether I do well or die.
What's the
have
show
fun.
called?
It's called So Be It.
So Be It.
I'm excited for it, really.
Where are you going on the continent? Where's the? Obviously, it's the UK tour. They're all pretty much the same sort of places. You're doing the big places, and then but where in Europe is your? Where's that? I mean, where does that look like? You can't. Have you not announced it? Can it be said?
Yeah,
I assume some of the European tour dates are on the back of opening for Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, that's it.
Which is something we should mention. So
Yeah.
you are Ricky's regular and only support act on his arena tour.
On his last one, yeah.
We saw it in Manchester.
Oh, great.
When was that? Like August?
Yeah, they were fun shows.
Yeah, it was great.
They were like the first big indoor events since COVID, I think. We did the 2 dates of the Apollo, and then we did Leeds on the Saturday, Leeds Arena.
Which looked massive.
It was fucking dumb. It was like fucking dumb. It was 12,000 people. COVID was still a thing. And when he came out, genuinely, it was like Elvis could have come back from the dead and wouldn't have got a bigger reception. So, yeah, it's a really cool job to get. And off the back of it, hopefully you sell a few more tickets.
But Ricky's got a maniacal fan base, hasn't he? Especially because in the culture war over the past few years, he is very staunchly on that. I'll say whatever the fuck I want. That team. I tend to lie in the middle of the offence in comedy and like what you can and can't say, and I think people have got right to be upset and whatever. But his fans are so like Ricky is a frontline soldier for a certain type of someone with a certain opinion on comedy.
I guess so. I mean, I also don't really have that big of an opinion on it.
Yeah.
I think he probably doesn't have that big an opinion. I mean, he does talk about it a lot. He's definitely, I mean, he's very open. He's a big free speech guy.
Yeah.
He thinks that's what comedy is. But actually, to be honest, I still think most people just go see him because they find him funny.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's easy to get caught up with comedy these days about we're all soldiers in this war.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
I mean, I think recent events have proved that we're not. We're just, I want to tell my fingering jokes in peace. Like, it's not. We're not soldiers. We're just telling jokes, and that's it, really.
But you've done. You've opened for a couple of the really big names in comedy, and one of your albums is called Support Act, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that off the back of doing a bit of the support for the bigger guys?
Yeah, I mean, that's sort of. That seems to be the role that I do okay at. Is I opened because I remember a fair few years ago I opened for Catherine Ryan when she was breaking through, and that was amazing. And then I opened for Doc Brown, and that was amazing.
Bill
and
Burr.
then,
We saw you at Bill Burr.
yeah, Bill Burr, that's right. Which you did the same tour,
year
didn't you?
after.
I did the year after at
Yeah.
the Royal Albert Hall. So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
seen you at the Royal Albert Hall open for Bear.
Yeah. God, that was great, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's
It really was.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it?
Like I just went to the first one because Bill Burr was over in the UK. He's one of my favourite comics. And there was no announcement of who the support act was going to be. And then I'd seen a comic who I won't name arrive at the venue in a car, and I was like, oh, they'll be opening. And it wasn't you. And then I'm sat in the audience going, oh, and then
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, Sean McLoughlin, and you were great that night. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. I do think tour support is the best job you can have in comedy. I don't know if you'd agree. It is the most glory for the least amount of effort. I'm basically doing exactly what I would do for 50 quid in Scarborough, but because I'm before someone famous, people think, oh, whoa, he must be like, I'm playing Bill Burr's audience without the hassle of having to become Bill Burr.
Yeah. Sometimes
It's so good. It's so good.
Sometimes they're a bit like, no, we're not here for you. Is that the only downside of the support act is when they're like, oh, who are
Definitely.
you? And then you can win them over.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, you do have to take a few hits to the ego. I mean, yeah, doing the stuff with Ricky in particular, because his fans are so diehard. And sometimes you're just doing huge venues and the audience are still coming in I go on stage, and if I'm lucky, sometimes the like arenas are half full, and you go, I'm going to eat some shit for 10 minutes, and then I leave, and I go, how was it? I go, yeah, it's empty now. I've done my 20, it's empty now. But yeah, it's weird. It's funny that's the biggest one for that. And by the way, this is all great. It's amazing. It's the best job I'll probably ever get.
Yeah.
Opening for Ricky. But we did 2 nights at Wembley Arena, and you go, fucking Wembley Arena. Oh my God.
Is that 20,000 people?
No. God, I hope not. Then I really did have a quiet gig. I think it's not the biggest anymore. But it's Wembley, you know.
I think it might be the O2 that's 20,000.
Yeah, the O2.
12,500 it is.
Didn't need that. Didn't need that, mate, actually. Cut that one. Yeah, so in hindsight, I did die. Really did struggle, didn't I? I made that 12,500 sing like a 60-seat studio in the Pleasance Courtyard. I really did. But the thing is with it is people are coming in late. Wembley's a really hard it's a hard venue to get to.
Yeah.
Given that it's in London and it's really famous.
Yeah.
And it's no fault of the venue and it's no fault of anything. It's just how it goes. It's not full when I go on. I mean, that makes sense. People aren't there for you. And so I built up Wembley in my head, and you go there, and the best bit of the gig is the first 10 seconds because you go, "Hello, Wembley," and then silence hits, and then you go, "All right, back to work." But it is cool.
Does Ricky announce you from off stage?
Yeah, he does, and that I think that makes a huge amount of difference. Huge amount. Yeah.
I mean, it really makes a lot of difference when they go out and do 10 minutes and then get you on.
Yeah.
Jason Manford did that on his tours last year, and you were like, as he was shaking his head, like, thank you.
Yeah.
Because he's like basically guiding you on, like, hi everyone, I'm going to make you laugh for a bit, and then I'm going to introduce a friend who's validated by me shaking his hand as he walks on. It's easy.
That's nice, isn't it?
Are you going to do that on your tour? Are you going to compare and bring your support acts on? Oh, yeah. I'm being a selfish twat, me. I'm just sending them on.
Are you?
No, I need, the way...
Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hire Jason Manford to do 10 minutes before my support act. And then I'm going to go on. I am hemorrhaging money with it. I am hemorrhaging, mate.
I think there's a way of building up. You don't have to introduce people, but even on your social medias, if you're like, this is my tour, because on here, we've had Thomas Green on, Vittorio, Ishan.
Yeah.
Like the people who listen to this, who buy tickets to the tour, know these guys, and then obviously see on social media, and then they're built up, so they have a better gig. Some of these famous acts are like, I did Catherine Ryan because she messaged you and you messaged me. So on Sunday I supported Catherine Ryan.
Oh, great!
No one has 900 people in a cinema in a theatre, huge old Victorian theatre in Blackpool. No one has an idea that she's got a support. They don't even know there's a support act. Some of them might. But they're not, they don't, there's no running order to say, so they hear Catherine Ryan's voice from off stage. Hello, everyone, welcome. And you can tell they're like, oh, Catherine Ryan.
Yeah.
And about 18 seconds later, they're looking at me.
People
they're like, they find out that there's a tour support as she goes, and so I brought a lovely comedian, give it up for Dan Nightingale. They have to process so much, like, oh my God, Catherine's coming out. Oh, this is amazing. We bought tickets. I love her so much. Tour support. An act, Dan Nightingale. Who the fuck is this fat twat in a hat?
Well, I've definitely told this story on the podcast before, but with you being here, do you know when you opened for Bear at the Royal Albert Hall?
Yeah.
Was his tour manager Kenny? Was it Club Soda Kenny?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Right. So he introduced me, not in London. So in London, they had a female voice. So the director of the special, because he was taping it, he said, I want a girl to do it. So they got like a girl with a really nice soft voice. Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Burr. But in the first two, Birmingham and Manchester, it was Kenny. And this is how he introduced me. I've definitely told this before. Yeah. So he goes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Armadillo here in Glasgow, where tonight we present live in concert Bill Burr. But first, it was, and you literally felt the like an audible.
It is, yeah.
It was great in the end. It was an absolute honor and a
who
privilege.
you're supporting as well, because like your comedy is brilliant and it's interesting and it's intelligent. Like it matches Ricky Gervais. Catherine Ryan's Blackpool audience suited me down to a T. She's a mum. She's got a bit of edge to her. Like, I'm a dad. I've got some of that stuff. I had the most fun I've ever had supporting a famous comic. Like, and then obviously not every crowd is the same, but I've done some John Bishop supports where you're like, oh, they just came for John Bishop. And I've done some John Bishop supports where they're the happiest, easiest crowd to get going. Like, it's so, I know you can get a weird, like, flip of the coin sometimes, but you have to suit the comedian you're supporting, don't you? Like, you two supporting Bill Burr makes sense in my head.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you supporting Ricky Gervais makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, there are some matchups where famous comedians just, that you can see their agent ringing round and like messaging around. You're like, surely you want a bit more control who's supporting you.
Who is a famous comedian? I'll ask this to both of you. A, that you would love to open for, and B, that you just don't think would work. Like, would you open for Milton Jones?
That's not my bag. That's not going to go down well. But
I love watching Milton Jones,
Yeah,
but I feel like I would walk on and doing what I do to his crowd, and they'd be like, oh, no.
Do you mean like any comedian?
Yeah.
I mean, are we including like Barrymore in it? Because that wouldn't work.
Michael Barrymore.
Like if Barrymore went, actually, for the anecdote, I probably would.
oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be one of those fork in the roads. Like, what is going to make a story in 5 years?
Did you get that from the wall or from your head?
Oh my God. What's going on?
What about Elton John?
I mean, if I opened for Elton John,
What about
he's losing even more money on his tour than I am. The fucking Manford.
What about Faustino Asprilla? Again, I would take that if former Colombian footballer Faustino Asprilla was
After
doing
dinner.
the tour.
Yeah.
Definitely support. Tino loves you. He's a big fan of Have a Word. Who?
Faustino Asprilla, the one who got caught with like 4 grams of cocaine strapped to his shin.
100%.
I'm going to be honest, Sean. It better not be now you've said it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah, let's not clip that one, shall we? Let's not clip that one. Let's kick that one into the long grass.
Who was it, Dan?
Wasn't Lee Carsley, was it? From before. So, I wouldn't want to support it can't be, well, obviously if you say Frankie Allen, it's just horrible in it, but it almost doesn't count. I'm trying to think. I think so this is sometimes to the detriment of my stand-up. I've got the gears that I will adapt. So if it's all like Lee Evans did some of his new material at the Glee a few years ago,
Yeah.
and you think Lee Evans is not really, his crowd are not really my bag. Had a fucking great time.
I don't know about that.
No, okay.
Lee Evans he's a more gentle comic and he's more family friendly.
Yeah, that's.
But he's so high energetic. He uses voices to his advantage.
Yeah,
he's
same.
performative
Yeah.
and he's high energy. I don't think that's a clash with you.
No, I know what you
At
mean.
all?
Yeah.
I think if you do club gigs, which you two are two of the masters of club gigs. I mean, if you're just on the circuit in general, you are used to making large cross sections of the public
Yeah,
laugh,
that's true, yeah.
and so you're probably in decent shape. Like,
Totally 100%. But it's not a club audience and there's not a cross section. I think the juxtaposition of an audience who've gone, we're going to see Quirky McQuirko, and then you're not anything like that. I think
He is goddamn as well.
Quirk, and they just start the crowd like Quirko, Quirko, Quirko.
I tell you, Quirky McQuirko's stuff on Boris Johnson is unbelievable. He makes a point and he pours custard on his head. It's the best of both worlds.
Custard in a shoe. Ooh, Quirko, classic Quirky. No, well, maybe Jim Jeffries. I suppose that'd be all right as well.
I tell you who
Sometimes
I did.
the edgier guys, that'd be like.
I tell you who I did. I did Doug Stanhope.
Oh well, yeah.
And that was, I got away with it, but it was one of those things where we were sort of told before, they're nice, they're fun, but his audience drink hard, they're big party guys, and he is beyond a god to them because he's like an underground god.
Yeah.
And if you don't have an abortion punchline in the first 3 minutes, like this guy is lightweight.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, with that one, it was just basically go as tight as you physically can. Don't pause for laughs. Don't give them a second. And then I did my 15, and it was only 15, and then I introduced him straight away. So they got like an hour and 45-minute show with no break.
Yeah.
Because they don't need to sell. I mean, if they sold this audience more beer, the venue would be burnt down. Like, I mean, it was amazing, and he is so. I mean, he is a real hero of mine.
Yeah.
But that's probably one where I think that was on the cusp for me. I think there are definitely other comics who I think would have fit a bit better.
He's a comic that I love that we haven't really spoken much about on Have a Word before. Beer Hall Putsch is one of the best specials you'll ever see. And he in the sort of is it the prologue before the thing? He talks about the fact he's like, I want to film it here because it's too small for me. He's like, we can't play venues like this because we sell too many tickets. But when you're filming it and there's a reason to do it, and it's just this tiny little room.
It's like 100-seater or something, isn't it? Yeah.
And it's
Is it the one that's filmed abroad?
No, it's in America.
Oh, right, okay.
No, he does one in Iceland, I think, or Finland.
Or Sweden or something. Yeah. I remember, here's Dan's memory lane stuff, being the sound man at the Hyena in Newcastle when I was starting out in 2002, and a young Jim Jeffries coming back from the Fringe with a Doug Stanhope CD, because he'd seen Stanhope at the Fringe, maybe 2002 or 2003, and was like mesmerised by him, was like, this guy, you might not have heard him. And he'd gone, as a fan, as a comedy fan, had gone and bought the CD. And he literally, Jeffries was like, this is genuinely the direction I want to go. I remember Jim being like, this is the kind of comedy.
Really?
And that was when he was Jim Jeffries was a complete unheard of. And like 3, 4, 5, 6 years later, you're like, yep, you can actually see the influence.
Yeah.
You almost, from Doug Stanhope to Jim Jeffries, you can see that influence.
See, I'm like that with Quirky McQuirkson.
Yeah. Came back from
I've got his latest VHS, because he doesn't do CDs.
Came back from Scarborough after that 60 quid gig. Quirky doesn't do the Fringe, he does Scarborough the whole season.
This is what I want to be like.
They ran out of custard in East Yorkshire. Whoa. Quirko! By the way, there will be some form of visual or piss take about Quirky McQuirkson being made.
It already
right
exists.
Yeah.
So who would you want to, like, if I could say
Segura.
now? Yeah, I think he's mine as well.
Segura, because I think he's one
of those American guys.
The American guys.
The American
not
podcasters.
Chappelle.
Not Chappelle.
Now, you will totally disagree with me here, but I think because of what Chappelle does, I'd be arsed. I just want to do my stand-up. And I think the people going to see Chappelle from over here would be like, yeah, this Dan Nightingale's fine, but it's you're supporting a demigod. And I just can't be arsed. I just want to do some stand-up.
Kind of like the challenge of that.
Yeah, I knew exactly as I was saying it.
Have you ever seen Chappelle?
Yeah, I've seen him recently.
Yeah, I did. And the thing is, the odds are so stacked against anyone, not just because they're bad. They're not bad comics, certainly not. You know,
yeah.
I'd even go so far as to say they're good comedians. Opening for Dave Chappelle. But the thing is, before Dave Chappelle, there was a fucking DJ doing a 25-minute banging set where every verse is punctured with Dave Chappelle. And I go, well, you're not going to hit that, are you? You're not going to hit that. So,
did you go and see him in London recently when he did I went to see him in that the closer run that he did in London.
Yeah.
And I thought the DJ added.
Oh, it was great. It was a party.
It's an event. I mean, that's what it is. It's not a comedy show.
Didn't Jason Momoa come on?
Jason
At
Momoa.
the end, Tyler Quale.
Jason Momoa.
He just brought him on at the end just to say, oh, look who's here.
Imagine if I did that. Imagine if I did that. At the fucking Guildford G Hall. All right, guys. Got Aquaman here. Come on, Jason.
What's the equivalent for us? It's me bringing like Sheridan Smith on, isn't it? I mean, like, she's good, isn't she? She's really good in she does a lot of work.
Just Kevin Webster. Just how you call Hey! That's it.
That's how you know you've really made it. Is your encore is just pulling out people who aren't funny, who probably don't even want to be there. Just go, look, here we go. We've got fucking Tony Adams coming out.
Well, he brought
Stormzy was there.
He brought Talib Kweli on, who rapped, and then they played a Stormzy track, and he was like, Stormzy, and Stormzy come on and just waved and then fucked off.
That is so much better than who I got. I got Ed Sheeran when I went. And I thought, fucking hell, Ed Sheeran. You got fucking Stormzy and Aquaman. I feel so ripped off.
Did Dave Chappelle bring out Ed Sheeran?
He did. And they did, what's his big song, Ed Sheeran? Shape of You.
Yeah. I'm in love.
Yeah, they
with
sang
the
that.
What,
Him and Chappelle sang it.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
It was
this guy.
It was
do whatever
mad.
he wants.
And do you understand what I mean about I can't be asked? Just want to do 20 minutes in front of like Segura, who's going to come out and do an hour. I can't. I just don't need to support Dave Chappelle, Dave Chappelle, Ed Sheeran, Jason Momoa, Kevin Webster. It'd be so good if Dave Chappelle also brought out Kevin Webster to sing "Shape of You."
Nigerian Kevin Webster.
Oh, soz. It's a good effort.
He was trying to do Kevin Webster singing an Ed Sheeran song, and you were like, "It's not good enough." That's done.
Can you do? Can you do? Dum 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 dum. The club isn't. I'll do it. I just can't do the impression. I know the
I can't do a Kevin Webster impression. I can just do A in his voice. That's it. That's all I've got.
I want an audience with. That's where I think we should all be aiming at. The old ITV, cheesy as fuck. Adele just did one that was cool. But if you get to pick your own celebrities, when you're like, so listen, Sean, Adam, Dan, triple header, which celebrities do you want in the crowd?
What, to like ask you questions about
To
your career
watch
and
you
stuff? Yeah.
Like the Billy Connolly one, the iconic Billy Connolly one.
Yeah, but there's been so much dog shit in between. The Billy Connolly's iconic. That Adele one that came out at Christmas will become iconic. She's got fucking Helen Mirren asking her questions and just obviously the level of Adele's fame and quality. Like, I'd love to just fill the fucking just with like Paula Radcliffe. Why's she it? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I think ours would be so shit. It wouldn't be fucking Helen Mirren asking. It'd be like, John Virgo, what's your favourite sandwich?
Paula Radcliffe, John Virgo, Kevin Webster, Lee Carsley again.
Jeff Winter, the former Premier League referee.
He's got your number, hasn't he? Remember he called us? Or he called you in River Island, and he went, hang on. He went, it's former referee Jeff Winter. I was like, okay.
Wait, what?
Jeff Winter just called. I don't know why.
He just called
What?
Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And went, it's former referee
he
Jeff
said-
Winter. That's how he starts the phone.
Hello, Adam. It's former Premier League referee Jeff Winter here.
Sorry, Jeff Winter rang you.
Yeah.
What I love is when you said Jeff Winter's got your number, I briefly thought you meant it metaphorically, like he fucking knows it was you hit with your car.
No, I was on VAR for a charity game that he was refereeing, and he had to send me the link and be like, have a look at this. Is he on? Is he off? He's off. Okay.
I told you the Eamon Home ones, haven't I? The Eamon Holmes one.
Did Jeff Winter ring him?
We were in River Island, and his phone went.
He's doing the VAR for a charity game from River Island.
That was a lie.
What the fuck? Talk about phoning it in.
No, genuinely. And I went, who's that? He went, it's Jeff Winter. And I was like, what? Yeah. And then went, yeah, it was former referee. I'm not. That isn't.
Was he doing like a charity five-a-side game or something?
No, I'd done a sportsman's dinner that he was on, and he was ringing me asking would I do another one.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Do you know what the Eamon Holmes one?
So you've supported Jeff Winter?
I've opened for Jeff Winter. Yeah.
Is he from Teesside?
He's from Middlesbrough, yeah.
What sort of introduction did he give you? What was his DJ like?
Jeff Winter.
Former Premier League.
Winter's coming.
I love that.
He came to see me in South Shields with his son after the fact. He came to me tour show.
Oh.
Yeah. He was dead sound.
He's doing all right.
Yeah, Jeff Winter's up here. Isn't he? Ed Sheeran. Jeff Winter.
He won't need Paula Radcliffe soon.
Yeah, there was a moment with Carl that was really funny. So, when I won that Dave Award, and you do all the press stuff, because it's just mental, the amount of things you have to do when you get given that award, and it's great.
I saw you on Scottish television.
Right.
With my family. Like, it is weird. You like...
Well, I wasn't allowed to tell anyone about that. And Paul Smith's son, at the time, he couldn't pronounce the word Adam, so he called me the captain. So Paul was just making breakfast, and Paul Smith's son went to him, Dad, the captain's on the telly. Because I was just on Good Morning Britain talking about that.
Thought it was Hendo.
But Carl was with me all day.
We were on his bed, single bed, watching Friends in the morning, just like takeaway everywhere, just proper night out, the hangover, and his phone went. He went, hello? And he went, hang on. He went, it's Eamon Holmes. I went, I'll just pause Friends.
It's just one of those moments where you realise how ridiculous your life has become. Because it wasn't quite like that. I went, hello, how are you, mate? You're all right, yeah. And you went, who's that? And I went, Eamon Holmes. And you just burst out laughing at the nonchalance of Damon Holmes.
That shit would like sometimes I died on my arse in front of Dean Smith the other week, and I'm still not over it. Norwich City manager.
I won't worry about it, you know.
No, I'm worried.
Who'd you support?
I support QPR. I got no horse in this race, but I had a really tough gig. Went off, and so went Dean Smith's in, and I was like, I don't want to hear that. Because now, whenever I watch Match of the Day and I see Dean Smith on the sideline, I'm thinking, it must enter his mind every once in a while. I go, I wonder what that shit comedian's up to.
On Match of the Day.
Yeah, I'll ask my friend Jeff Winter for a podcast recommendation. What?
Have you done any of those sportsman's dinners?
No, I don't think I've ever done one. I've turned a few down recently. I've done round tables, no sportsman. Colin Manford booked me for one in North Manchester and just said, it's a nice little gig in North Manchester, 100 quid on a Thursday, on a Friday. It's like nothing in the diary. I was like, he's like opening, finish by 8:30. I was like, mate, I'll be back by 9:15. This is fine, I'll do it. I got there and it was like a sportsman's dinner. And I just wasn't trying to be a dick. Well, I sort of was. I just walked in and went, I've been lied to and I'm not doing it. And there's no point.
Was it 100 quid, you said?
It was £100.
That's not enough for one of them.
No, but he just said, it's a lovely gig. It was a miscommunication. I'm like, Colin's a mate of mine. And I was like, it was quite empowering, actually. It was, tell you when it was the night before I met Laura. The night before I met my wife, because I had a tour, I had the one-man show the next night. And I was like, cool. Like, you know when you're like, I'm going to walk. I was like, I'm going to go and get a snack before the show. She was like, yeah, no worries, love, don't worry about it. I was like, is there anywhere nearby? Make the lie believable. She's like, yeah, there's a KFC around the corner. I was like, I'm just going to go to KFC. She's like, are you driving? I went, I am driving. Yeah, I don't like walking around the corner. And just started driving home. Messaged Colin Manford and went, I'm going home, mate. That is not the gig that you booked me for. I'll be fucked if I'm doing a sportsman's dinner for 100 quid, because I'd have turned it down. And then a lad tweeted me, like, you know, when it's in the 6th page of a tweet, who's obviously affiliated to that junior football club that were trying to do a fundraiser. So they feel completely cunted off.
Yeah.
They thought they'd booked a comedian all above board. And they're like, why the fuck have you turned up and driven home? Yeah. And 6 tweets in, he was fuming. You've let your mate Jason Manford down, which I feel for Colin Manford, because he gets his brother thrown at him all the time. Jason Manford is nothing to do with this, and he's getting atted in a fucking angry tweet about why I've said I was going to KFC and fucked off home. And I thought, you know what? I'm not ignoring this. I'm just going to go, really sorry, mate. I was booked for a nice little gig in Manchester. That's absolutely not the gig I was booked for. Don't want to do it. If I'd have known what it was, £100 is not worth me eating my balls in front of former Man City player, whoever the fuck. And
he was a good centre half, whoever the fuck.
He's amazing.
Scottish.
Yeah.
Johan, whoever the fuck.
Yeah. I saw Quirky.
You went Scottish, I went Johan.
Johan.
Hey, Johan McEver the fuck.
But the guy actually read my thing and went, all right, cool, fair one. Which is, but, so no, because I just know that I'll die.
Have you ever walked?
Got
off, just like 10... Do your legs work, Sean?
Well, I've got a big announcement, actually. We're back in business down there. Have I ever walked from a gig?
Yeah.
I genuinely don't think I ever have, because I'm not a quitter.
Thanks.
No, but genuinely, but also that's the type of gig that I would never have even been considered for. I never have. I wish I had that instinct. I certainly, in the early years, I try not to think about the amount of wasted gigs and wasted trips. And you always sort of think, when you're early on in a career and you go, stage time's good stage time. You know, you've got to get out there and do it. And now I'm, a few more years in and I realise I probably could have lost at least 6 months work. At least 6 months worth of gigs.
And be fine. You'd be exactly where you
not changed my career one bit.
No.
But I never had that ballsy thing to go, this is not going to work. This shouldn't be a gig. I'm off. But I wish I had.
We're talking 20-year career twice. Once I bailed on what was meant to be an Edinburgh preview in Southport because there was no lights and I couldn't see anyone. And I was like, this is terrible. And I had an argument with the promoter on the way home and we're still mates now. That's like, I think I'm on 2, maybe 2.5 of just leaving early because it's not in you. It's the opposite of why you're doing it. Like if you're a comic, you're like,
100%.
I want to do this. It has to be so bad. And even then, that night on that random Friday night in April 8 years ago, in another mood, I'd have probably done it. But I was just like, I just whatever the mood. I was like, I've been lied to. This is not right. Complete misbooking. 100 quid. Fuck off.
Well, also you're
and
not.
actually, I'm quite proud of myself.
You're not the night. I mean, it's not like you're the headliner. You know, they're not here for you. They're there for whoever
Johan.
the fuck. Yeah, they're there for
Johan.
Yeah. But
if it was Georgie Kincladze, I'd have probably stayed. I'm just saying.
Or Alano.
Yeah.
I've got a city top with a line on the back.
That's where it came from, I think. I nearly walked a corporate recently in December. I nearly got off. So I was booked for a corporate in London, and very luckily, I had my agent with me because we had a meeting beforehand. And I got there, and I was like, so where's the stage? And they were like, oh, there is no stage. I was like, microphone? They're like, no, there's no microphone. And then
What do you want?
downstairs, there was a party happening, and they had music on, which was louder than me, obviously. And I was just performing to 2 dinner tables. One small one of the managing directors of the company and one of the staff. And they were like, yeah, you're just going to stand there and do it. And I was like, So I said to Chris, my agent, I was like, this is bullshit, isn't it? And he's like, yeah. So we checked the contract, and the contract was he will be provided with a microphone, stage, lighting, this, that. And I was like, we can walk this and still get paid. And he's like, you can, but this company who give me every corporate I ever do, which is not that many because I don't like them, they give me maybe 10 a year. He was like, they will never book you again. And I was like, right, okay, let's just do it.
It is hard. I almost walked off stage at a preview actually a few weeks ago because the audience was so unhinged. There were so many narcissists in, and like some of them were just drunks, and it was annoying.
Where was this?
This was I didn't even it was at the Bill Murray in London, which is one of the best venues, and the staff are incredible, and it is a total anomaly. This was like a Bermuda Triangle.
Where and
gig.
what night of the week?
It was a Thursday night.
It's not even a weekend.
Honestly,
what the fuck is going on?
it was like 20 minutes in, I was like, well, there must be a gas leak. There's something is up here. But and the worst thing about it was there was at least 60% of the audience, the majority, had paid and were there to see me and were like, maybe they weren't there to see me specifically, but they knew the deal.
Yeah.
And eventually, the moderates were radicalized. And so, like, you could see this cancer spreading through the gig. And I'm like, I don't know what to do here. And I don't have a fucking Man City forward. I got nothing in the wings.
That is so funny because most of the time when a gig is full of lunatics and there's a few moderates or people who actually want to enjoy the show, normally they get so pissed off and then try and police the audience. But those people have clearly gone, we need to pick a team here and I want to win.
Yeah. I mean, really,
easier to be a lunatic.
Yeah. But it was that. It was really, at half an hour, I had to sincerely stop even any pretense of being funny and go, I'm going to walk off stage right now. You can all leave, but I'm going to go. And sort of that moment of sincerity seemed to be enough to kind of pierce them a bit. But I was genuinely like because I just kept thinking about the nice, normal people who just wanted to see a nice show.
Yeah.
So
as a zombie virus spread
also
through.
as well with the preview,
you've
got it's there to serve a purpose.
Yeah.
There's a remit for the gig. You're practicing for a tour. You need to get it right. You're practicing
100%.
for Edinburgh. You're like, guys, help me out. Like that crowd has to be the most comedy savvy crowd. You need. I know you don't just want people just sat there listening to everything, but when they're Saturday night mental, you're like, oh, well, I've got. Like you can do that gear if you need to, but not on a preview. When you're like, oh,
yeah, I love a ding dong. I don't mind that. I love all that stuff.
love a ding dong.
Love a ding dong. Cheers to ding dongs.
Yeah. Not when you're working in new material.
Well, that's it.
Part of an hour.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's in general it's all right. But that's the closest I've come to walking off stage during a gig or before a gig.
Yeah.
I think there's a weird feeling as a comic where you're like, oh, this is fucked. So like with I've been to some corporates and like, this looks like Bedlam. It's a free hit. That whole free hit thing can be quite freeing, but not if there's no mic and no lights. because then it's an unfair free hit.
It was at 2:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah,
in a bar in London.
See,
You'll know the bar if I tell you. I'm not going to name it, but
That's not a free hit. That's they're tying your hands behind your back and then going, go on, have a swing. And like with a preview, it's meant to be an hour, and you know how important the tour is. You're like, I've got to get there. Sometimes when you're at gigs and it's bedlam, especially when you know the promoters or anything, it's like a nice feeling to be like, well, this looks fucked. Everyone's struggling.
Yeah.
So if I win, I look like a legend. And if I have a struggle, it's because these are fucking lunatics. It's actually weirdly freeing, isn't it?
I found that. I don't know if you did any car gigs during COVID. You've probably talked about this, but I did one car park gig, and already you go, well, this is a tough gig, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're playing to a car park in Enfield. And
so just for our listeners to contextualize this, during the lockdowns when social distancing was a law, to have comedy happen at all, there was a lot of online stuff. And just in case you're a new listener, because I know you did one of these at least, I didn't do any.
I did 2.
I just couldn't bear the thought. But they, like a drive-in cinema, they did drive-in comedy shows.
Yeah.
Where there was a comedian on stage with a microphone and it was projected into the car's speaker systems via Bluetooth. And people would laugh in their cars and be encouraged to like flash their lights and honk their horn if they found something funny.
Yeah.
So I did one for Freddie Quinn in a field in Skipton, where they were
that
were
sentence
told
started badly and it really got worse.
Every new word in that sentence made it worse.
where they were told that because of licensing, there was to be no honking of horns, which is basically,
laughing. That's no laughing. In a
that was like the
comedy
call and response thing with the gig. That was the thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was the laugh.
The second one I did, they had an open like for cyclists and pedestrians where there was social distance seats. So really what was happening was you were playing to a crowd of 35 people beneath you, and you could hear the laugh and you got the rhythm of the gig. There was then 45 cars parked up who could hear you, and because of licensing, were told not to honk the horns. So actually, that was great. That was a gig, because you just go, and they were dead sound. So it felt like a gig, and you're like, oh, it's a car park gig that worked, only because there was a little crowd in real life. The one in Skipton was just, and the way, just by total bad luck, the sun was set. It was a beautiful night, like the end of July 2020. And the way the cars were parked, the setup was really nice, except the sun was setting just exactly behind the side of the stage. All the cars were facing that way. So you could see every one of them illuminated brilliantly, and they were squinting into a sunset. You know that in summer when the sun just about to go, you just see people going, it was so bad.
That's mad.
It was so wrong.
The one I did, they were filming an episode of Celebrity First Dates at the car gig. So you had all these like Ford Focuses, VW Golfs, and then there was one 1950s convertible Cadillac with some celebrities in there and loads of cameras
and
around.
a lighting rig.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know if they used any of the footage I provided them. I mean, I was pretty conspiratorial with a lot of what I was shouting, but it was. I kept saying, Channel 4 need to use this footage. I mean, I won't even say it now, but like,
Say it.
no. Well, it was to do with, did the royal family kill a certain people's princess?
So sorry, what? We're just coming out of the first lockdown, and that's what you're angry about.
That's what I'm angry
Like,
about.
I've heard a lot of comics have gone a little bit right wing with the old lockdown stuff,
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
COVID rules.
I'm not even right or left wing. I found a new direction. That's how wing I am.
Nostalgic conspiracy.
Bill Gates is trying to make us. Everyone, calm down, mate. We've got to sort Diana first, okay? Get in the fucking queue.
Oh, never mind about 5G. What about fucking JFK?
And then I actually, weirdly, I got a Twitter DM the next morning from, there's a really famous celebrity chef. I forgot his name. James.
Anthony Waddle Thompson.
No, not Anthony Waddle Thompson. It's someone like James something.
James Blake.
Is James Blake a celebrity chef?
He's a musician, isn't he?
I don't know about my life.
Gino DeCampo.
No, I can find it in the...
Gordon Ramsay.
No.
Jamie Oliver.
No. It was someone who would... Basically, it was someone who was at that gig.
Nigella Lawson.
No.
Peter Gabriel.
What's going on here?
I'm trying to help.
What, am I saying Peter Gabriel is a celebrity chef at a fucking
You're
car
right,
park
Sean. They're
gig?
being silly. Silly people.
But he wrote to me and he said, "Hey, I saw you last night. I'm doing a cooking show there. Got any tips?" And I was like, "Yeah, don't talk about fucking Diana for 20 minutes. That's my tip." Well, you won't get any tips.
Imagine if he did.
You're cooking an omelette in a fucking car park. What's your tip?
Imagine. So today we're going to do a beef stroganoff, but first...
How to ruin Saturday kitchen. Tell you what, you're using a lot of stock there. Never mind that. What about Paris? 97.
Is that you cutting the brake codes?
Oh, mate.
Oh,
My word.
fucking hell.
Henri Paul.
Too soon.
What his clothes? Does sound like a designer. Henri Paul. It does sound like a designer label.
Great striker.
Sounds like
Doesn't
someone
it?
introducing Henri to.
It sounds like a French high-end...
Oh, I got the Henri Paul.
I mean, anything will sound French if you're doing it in that voice. Oh, Paul Smith.
Should we have a break?
I think we're
Do you want a break?
I don't.
Hey, Sean.
Do I still have a career? I mean, that's the real question. Because I can keep this shit going if it means the video never goes out.
Wait, it's going out. You think a Diana thing? We're like,
Yeah, I
mate,
know,
come
exactly.
on.
Exactly. Yeah, we'll be all right.
Bloody hell. Wag lids, it's Dan. Hope you're enjoying today's episode. Do us a favor, if you're watching on YouTube, like the video, subscribe. If you're listening, follow us on all socials at Have a Word Pod. Tell a friend. Do something. Help spread the word. Also, I'm on tour next year. If you want to come and see me do stand-up, get tickets at dannightingale.com. Appreciate you. You're a good egg. You're a good lid. Back to the episode.
Oh, part 4, sponsored by Joey Hughes at Vinny's Solicitors.
Oh!
It's the Vinny's Solicitors section of the show, brought to you by Joey Hughes and all the boys over there, solving your legal problems for a below standard rate.
We need them to sponsor us now.
And sponsored by Manscaped to actually give us money. And not just discounts for Carl. Classic footy shirts.
Get on it.
We see nothing. We see
Use code
nothing.
Carl10 at checkout for 10% off.
We literally see nothing of that. Little fucking selfish independent deals over here.
He's got his own deals.
He's got his own deals
Get
over
over
here.
I've been asked to promote Reese's peanut butter cups for Easter
Shut the fuck up.
on my Instagram.
By who?
By Reese's peanut butter cups.
That makes sense.
Hey, this guy knows the fucking
Yeah, it wasn't like Cadbury's going, can you promote these? Because everyone fucking hates you.
Some nutter turns up at your house. Promote these. And I'll keep them alive.
Yeah, they want a couple of Instagram posts in exchange for money. I've quoted them 15 grand. Let's see what they say.
in money.
15 grand. Yeah.
15 grand.
I've quoted them 15 grand because you gotta ask for more than you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see if they reply.
15 grand plus VAT.
Oh, VAT.
I'm gonna be VAT registered at some point so they can pay it.
That's how VAT works. Hey, you invoice for the fee you want, not the fee that you're legally allowed to invoice for. I mean, that's business. It's 101.
Dress for the job you
102. 101 plus 20%.
It's actually only 5% at the minute.
What?
VAT is currently only 5%.
What?
Until the end of March.
What is it? Just 15% off for March?
It's pandemic-induced
Induced?
waiting.
Just for
Waiting
live.
is in
Just-
WEIGHTI.
Yes, just for live, not for Reese's Pieces.
Since when?
VAT is currently at 5%.
Not-
and it has
not-
been for about 18 months.
No, not across the board.
I don't know.
No, you don't.
I don't know.
Polestar.
Reese's Pieces.
Yeah.
I don't know. He doesn't know.
Adam,
Wait,
if you want any tax advice, yeah, madam, he hasn't got a clue.
So wait, you were just contacted by, was it the Reese's, was it a DM from the Reese's
So it was by
Instagram?
Reese, the guy who runs the company. Reese got in touch.
Reese.
Yeah.
And he was like, look, struggling to sell me chocolate here, kid. He's from Liverpool as well.
Grouse lad.
yeah.
Don't mind like America. Taking these pieces over there.
Yeah, he's asked me to promote. And luckily for him, I actually love the creamy, nutty taste of
Oh!
money.
Of Reese's dick. Yeah, but have you accepted
It's
the
a
contract?
salty, creamy taste that you don't get with many of their competitors.
Creamy?
Salty.
Who's
I don't think that was a Reese's Piece that you ate.
Salty.
It is. They've got like salty peanut butter. It's got a
There's
salty
a little
taste.
bit
He
of
knows.
salt,
Is
yeah.
there? Well,
I
guess he
know.
would
I'm a big fan. Have been for a while. 15 G's, please.
You've already done
What's
it.
the competitors to Reese's Pieces?
Cadbury's cream egg
Right?
for Easter.
Is it?
Mini eggs are the best. A yellow mini egg.
No, the
might
fucking
be-
not, mate. Reese's mini eggs blow all of the
Dan,
competitors out
you
of the water.
need to get in touch.
Get your free mini eggs with 10% off at carldoeseggs.co.uk.
Listen, if mini eggs want to sponsor me, yellow mini eggs are the best thing in the
They are
world.
not sponsoring us. We are Reese's till we die here at Have a Word. 15
I'd like to be.
Gs.
I'd like to be sponsored by Honda Jazz 2006 spare parts because I think my catalytic converter's been nicked. So if anyone wants to,
They're giving out a lot of money at the moment.
yeah,
Honda Jazz are going really big into internet at the moment.
if the 2006 Honda Jazz people,
Just them.
just that era of the Honda Jazz, the new stuff doesn't work. If that era wants to get in touch with me, I'll do it for 14 grand.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What's VAT with you at the moment?
I don't know.
Make up a number.
I don't know.
It's 85% VAT because of waiting.
It's actually, that finished last September and was only applicable to the tourists.
To the what?
The tourism and hospitality. Just Google
By
it.
the way,
It literally finishes at the end of March.
right, it literally isn't right because we keep charging VAT on all of our invoices. Our accountants are signing off it, and you're like,
No, but fair,
is it here?
5%. 5%.
Tickets are 5% VAT to live shows until the end of March. I know it because we're
Right, cool. Oh my, could you be any louder with your phone? You absolute 10% off rat. Oh, it's a fucking.
if that's
it's
what
Joe Hughes, mate. It's Joe Hughes. Yeah, mate. Yeah, I've just done another shout out. Yeah, it's becoming a bit. Turn your phone off! You're a producer of a podcast! You fucking knob!
You work 5 hours a week. Sit down. Sit down. Put the phone down and sit down. You
Sick-
lazy cunt.
Sick of hearing his
Fucking
fucking
sit
phone.
down. You're on the job. How many hours do you need?
20% he makes. The whole everything. Profit.
My phone's on airplane mode.
If anyone from the Honda Corporation is watching this, I just want you to know that those sort of turns of aggression are not going to happen with me. I am a company man. I'll keep my shit together.
Sean, he's on with Honda right now. That's how Carl works. He brokers his own deals with Honda Jazz. He's on the phone to Honda Jazz right now.
Probably
and you
is,
know
isn't
that
it?
because it's been vibrating. Oh, fucking Honda.
Hey.
We need to review Carl's contract.
20. Mate, he's got his own contracts. He probably owns the company. Joe Hughes has probably pulled the ownership of this company.
I love the idea that you two have sort of almost, I guess it wasn't by accident, but you've sort of built this company and you've had to learn business. And I've just witnessed the key product and the producer have an argument about what the fuck VAT is. While the other key product goes, you don't fucking know shit.
On air.
On air.
And he
On
loves-
air.
Well, mate, he loves an argument though. He's like, 5% is a fucking fact.
It is though, because we've been putting an event together for the end of the year, and the
Just for
promoter
live.
of it
Just for
is,
live. Just
yeah.
for live. Just for live. Not for
That's what I said though.
Not for Reese's Pieces.
That's what I said though.
Oh, is it Reese's Pieces live?
Yeah.
Right. Is it a live event where you
I've
eat
got to
Reese's
do a
Pieces?
live Instagram story.
Oh, good save. Instagram live.
Imagine if, like, when Steve Jobs announced the iPod, fucking his assistant.
Sorry, Sean. Can we just... Sean, can I stop you dead? Our comedian guest that came in and just... Are you all right, Carl?
Yeah.
Is everything all right?
I was confirming my birthday party.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, on company time.
Why
It's getting
can't-
beyond the joke,
Is there
this,
any
mate.
chance you could turn
I
your
haven't missed
phone
an
off?
episode in nearly 2 years.
You were confirming your birthday party?
Yeah.
Where is it?
I'm not telling you that because it's going out before then. No, it's
Oh,
not.
don't, Sean.
It's in neighbourhood Liverpool.
Oh, it's it. Oh, yeah, of course. You don't want to tell. You don't want to
Oh, no.
Otherwise, you'd have 100,000 incels knocking at your door.
Do you know John Lennon got shot? Well, he's got to be watching out for it. I mean, I'll shoot him.
It was actually on loud.
Just put your phone in your fucking pocket.
I've put it on
Near
loud.
your dick that you're always playing with. I fucking love him.
And your bed.
So annoying. Yeah.
What were you saying about Steve Jobs?
Should be into it.
What was I saying about Steve Jobs? Yeah. I'll be honest. I think that banter train might have become a rail replacement bus by this point. Let's draw a line under that. We'll move on to the next bit.
Oh, that was
What I love
refreshing.
about it is normally there's a sort of we'll set them up, you knock them down mentality in podcasts. This is, we'll set them up, you start to knock it down, then we scream at the fucking producer because he's organising his birthday party.
Soz.
It's just getting,
What's getting?
We
I'm
need to
boss of
review.
your job.
Come on.
Do you need to
Come on,
review?
boys.
We need to review
we?
your contract.
I am we.
Yeah.
Come on,
If
boys.
you
We
wanna-
need to review your contract.
I'm setting up a podcast. If you want to use that and pretend that I'm going to poach you, maybe you can get a better deal.
Sean, I'd go with Finn.
How much? Well, I'm not actually going to side you. You're clearly unprofessional. But like,
Hey, I'm the best in the game. Thanks, Sean.
Yeah. I'm even the best in this room over the past month.
Sausage.
Picking up the slack.
Right, we're going to do some advice now.
Still getting paid.
Dear listeners, one of my favourite podcasts has a phone going off all the time.
Favourite podcast, though? You know what I mean?
From Dan
Operative word,
Sorgel.
favourite.
Wag wag lids. We're going to do some agony Adam because he gives great advice. This one.
People
So
like
people need it.
People don't give a
looking
shit.
forward to it.
People don't give a shit about Dan's advice, but it's me. It's all
Well,
on me.
it's mine as well. But basically,
We
to
playing
keep,
it again.
to keep Adam's interest, I called the section Agony Adam because otherwise he's like, fucking bored, I'm talking. If he's so narcissistic that if you call it Agony Adam, he's like, me. Wag wag lids, long time listener of your podcast.
Come on, Adam.
Looking
Put your Financial Times away. This is about you.
to investments. Long time listeners of your podcast. Oh Jesus, long time. Oh my laptop. Really looking forward to releases every week. All right, stop licking our ass. I have a problem.
Something happened in the break.
All right.
Like,
Mate.
is it like
I
has the
had
Valium
Skittles.
fucking worn off for you, lot?
I
have
had
a-
Skittles.
I have
Oh,
a
fair
problem.
enough.
This problem is ongoing. As I send this email and just wanted your perspective on things. For context, they are both 18 and have been together for over a year. My sister is a lesbian. Like a proper, super, mega lesbian. We have known since she was around 3. And I've supported her every step of the way. I mean, you have to be giving off some strong lesbian
What's a baby
toddler
lesbian?
vibes.
What's a baby
A
lesbian?
toddler lesbian?
Yeah.
I've got a cousin who's been gay since he was like
Yeah, but
6
I'm
months
saying
old.
there's more tells.
Why?
What's a baby lesbian look like?
Yeah. Can't get her out of
I don't
dungarees.
understand. Do you think it's like? I'm sorry. That's. I think you're getting them confused with Mr. Strong.
Or a coffee table. My sister is a lesbian, super mega lesbian. However, she has a girlfriend at the moment who I'm absolutely adamant is either not a lesbian, has serious issues, or both. Let me break it down. I mean, please always.
Let me bring it down.
Guys, turns out that's my new favourite sentence. In a email about your lesbian younger sister, let me break it down for you.
Is this
That
Dave
bitch
Chappelle's
looked-
DJ wrote this in?
Child lesbian. Dungarees. Let me break it down. It's now this other girl is a foster child. Now I'm not entirely sure what impact that would have had on a young woman's way of thinking, but I can't imagine it being positive. They have right. So just for context,
This cannot be the best email you got. This just cannot be the best one you got.
To be honest, a lot of them are boring, and this one wasn't. Let me break it down. No, but Sean, let me break it down. Right? They have never, these young lesbians, 18, remember? Let me break it down. They have never held hands, kissed, or done anything remotely romantic that I have seen. A lot of the romantic gestures are performed from my sister, and they argue a lot, and I mean a lot. It's quite an aggressive level of argument that is
They're not going to be licking each other out in front of their sister, are they?
fact that I feel is always just a stone's throw away from becoming physical. I hear them crying and screaming at each other, and almost weekly. And whenever I ask my sister about the screaming, I'm usually met with it's nothing or stay out of it. My question is this, boys. How do I deal with this? Is this something that I can actually deal with, or am I overreacting? Is this something to put down as just how lesbian relationships are? Let me break it down. Or is there something deeper that I probably need to address going on here? I'm slightly worried for my sister's well-being, as she's had minor mental health issues in the past, so don't want to push too hard. Is this a toxic relationship, and does my sister need to get out ASAP? That's from Gorgeous George.
We don't have anywhere near enough information to pass judgment on this one.
When has that stopped us in the past?
It's not going to stop me now.
Let me break it down.
I'm just, I'm preempting my answer with this might not necessarily apply. I think you got to, first of all, if you think it's a toxic relationship, talk to your sister, have a chat and be like, hey, what's going on here? I wouldn't necessarily leave with, I'm not sure she's a lesbian. I'd just be like, hey, how are you doing? Why are you fighting? And I don't think you can ask your sister whether she's having regular sex with a girlfriend.
Yeah. I haven't seen you les up enough, If you're lesbians, where's the proof?
Les up, isn't it? Les off.
I'm changing it, Let me break it up. Have you ever lesed up?
That's what he wants to do.
That's when you dress up as a
when
guy
you're
called
going
Les. Who are you going out with tonight? I'm going out with Les Dawson.
Lesing up.
I'm lesing up.
Dressed as Les Dawson. Get your cigar.
Don't think Les Dawson ever had a cigar.
He did in my head. It's none of his business, is it? I know you got to look after your sister, but she's in a relationship. They're not going to be going hell for leather in front of you, are they?
Yeah, but they're shouting lots, though, aren't they?
Yeah, but couples argue. I know you and your perfect angel relationship where everything's fairy dust doesn't, but people do.
I'll be honest. This sounds like the valid part of this is my little sister is in a shitty looking relationship. The slight concern is that it sounds a bit homophobic, doesn't it? Like, listen, she's a lesbian and she's always been a fucking lesbian. I've had a fucking nose on this since she was like 3.
Mega lesbian.
Yeah. We had little building blocks with letters on and she wrote vagina. I was
That's
like,
the thing, innit? I want to know what was the behaviour at the age of 3 that is so different to now. Just go, God, it's been like 15 years ago, you couldn't fucking stop.
I think it'll be the stereotypical. She was more attracted to stuff that is targeted towards little boys, like trucks and remote control cars, and Well,
it used to be tomboy, didn't it? That was the phrase when you were young. Tomboy.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
I think tomboy stops when you're, going down on someone. Done it, really?
Yeah, but we're talking about when she was 3, Dan.
Yes.
Which I don't think she was doing then.
No, I think that'd be a dead giveaway.
Is that you in dad mode? I think tomboy stops when you're going down on someone.
I think when you get a phone call from nursery. When you get a phone call from nursery going, I tell you what, little Jezebel, she's been fingering Amelia. We need to sort. That's
she's not a tomboy anymore.
Does Adam Rowe run that nursery by any chance? Little Jezebel's been fingering.
Listen, I'm all for Tonka trucks for little girls, but that went too far.
That's what it'll be, though, won't it? She'll have been playing with monster trucks instead of Barbies.
Well,
that's what he's on about.
Now she's playing with a girlfriend. I just feel like this whole thing about you can't just because she's like, I don't think she's even a lesbian. Like, it's a weird thing. You have every right to be a bit worried about your sister in a toxic relationship, but the truth is, with any relative or anything, if you get too involved, you risk losing the relationship you've got with your friend or with your sister. If she's got to make her own mistakes and got to get out of this.
And there
but you really need to chill out, questioning the lesbian of her. And then she's a fucking foster child. I don't trust her.
And there also might be a deeper thing with the not holding hands and being affectionate in public. The plight of the LGBT community, which is still not being solved. There still isn't equality, and there's still some homophobic scumbags out there. Maybe they're not holding hands and kissing in public because they're worried about the abuse they will get from scumbags.
Correct.
Do you know, I find that really offensive that there was no plus on the end of LGTB.
Fuck the rest of them. The big 5, like Europeans' top 5 leagues. That's what I'm after.
Fucking being cute.
Yeah, fuck the Turkish league.
Wicks. Pretty good. Let's do another. Do you want to help? I mean,
yeah, I'd love to help.
You worried about any
I'm not worried.
Upcoming deals?
I'm not worried about that, mate.
No. This is from Anonymous. Anonymous says, all right, Lids, I thought I could use some advice. Basically, I like my supervisor, juice, a lot. And I think she might like me as well. Normally, I'm confident as fuck. Let me break it down. I don't care. But she's easily a 10 out of 10. So I'm always nervous AF. That's as fuck, right? Let me break it down. No one
Pretty
at
fat
work.
phrase that, isn't it?
Oh.
Pretty fat phrase.
He's learning. Wicked. No one at work has realised yet, and I don't really want them to. I don't want to ask her out. I'm reading words in my head. I'm so taking the piss that I haven't actually read I've read that and I have no idea what I've read.
Once again.
No, it's fun. I don't want to ask her out in case she says no and tells everyone, what should I do? Thanks. Man's into his fucking supervisor.
You just go for primary school tactics, don't you? Ask it out. And when she says no, you say you're only messing.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
What's his job?
That's not applause.
Just office, isn't it? Sounds
Just
like-
in an
It
office.
sounds officey.
What sounds officey?
The supervisor.
By the way, I totally get this. Like being attracted to an attractive supervisor. That's the absolute.
3, 2, 1. Go on.
Power.
Adam loves powerful.
25 pence more an hour.
Do you love powerful women?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard this actually.
I'm attracted.
Everyone else.
Do you want to join in a WhatsApp group that I'm in with a mate about people we're not meant to fancy, who we do with Priti Patel?
Yeah. We were talking literally about this recently.
Yeah.
I'm more attracted to Priti Patel as the Home Secretary than I would be if she was a HGV
100%.
driver. Yeah.
I don't want to undermine the pod here. We'll go back to the question. But
Oh, please don't go back to the question. Undermine away.
God, I feel really ashamed saying this, but I've developed a real thing for Kim Jong-un's sister.
Who's not even a lesbian.
She like I'm
She's cute.
Could you
there's
just
something
pull up
about
Kim
the
Jong-un's
power.
sister on the computer so I could see?
She's
Kim
cute.
Jong-un's sister.
Do you even know what she looks like, or is it just because they're related?
No, I know what she looks like because she's gonna. There was the rumor.
Oh yes.
Yeah, she's Poe, yeah.
Well, there was the rumor. Do you remember about 18 months ago? The rumor was that he was dead and she'd taken over in secret because she's going to take over.
Oh wow.
She's going to be.
Yeah, she's
Kim
gonna,
Yo Jong.
she's gonna take over or be found dead.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What's she called?
Kim Yo Jong.
Kim Yo Jong.
I think if her name's Kim, innit?
So it's Kim Jong Un.
Kimberly.
It was Kim.
Kim is their surname.
No,
They
it's
put the surname
it's
first.
Kimberly. Kimberly Yo Jong.
Her
Kimberly Yo
name's not
Jong.
Kimberly.
Kimbo Slice.
Fucking what?
Oh, hang on.
I like the idea that that's their family name though. Kimberly Jong-un.
So it's Kim Jong Il begot
Now
Kim
he's
Jong Un. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was ill. Now he's dead.
Now he's dead.
Great joke. And he also had his daughter, Kim what?
Kim Jong-do
Kim Jong Do.
as opposed to Kim Jong-un.
Undutot.
That's not bad.
That was good.
That's not bad, is it?
Good.
That was good.
Oh, sorry, not enough fucking 4-year-olds getting fingered for you to laugh at.
No, I think it was Vietnamese.
I don't
though.
think he got it.
Fucking state of this.
I think he took it as like Kim Jong Do. I think we're like, yeah, that's a good
Kim
name.
Jong-un de toi.
Twat.
Oh, French.
It's Kim Yo Jong.
Kim Yo Jong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are
Yeah,
you
I'm
really?
to-
I'm gonna make her my wife.
Sean's fuming about the lack of respect he got for that
That's
joke.
fucking shit.
Fuck off.
I'm 100% in on this WhatsApp group. 100%.
Yeah.
Powerful women. A supervisor. It was attractive and flirting with you. Honestly, I'd never be able to get it out my head.
Can I give you some powerful women and you say yes or no?
Do you want to turn the telly on?
Oh yeah.
no, I'll just read them out loud.
Okay.
No,
yeah.
could you put the telly on so we get a visual? Because it
needs-
just adds to it.
He needs the visual.
Okay. I'll go with number 1. What about Karen Brady?
I mean,
I don't respect their opinions.
Also, if you believe the rumours, she takes it up the arse.
Well done.
That was a football chant, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I
well,
thought you were just peddling your own.
No. That's
What about
he's been on the dark web version of Reddit. And
Deborah Meaden isn't powerful. She's got no money. She's never invested in a single thing on Dragon's Den. She sat there for years telling everyone she was out.
She needs to invest in a facelift.
fucking hell. That cigar has really done something to you, man.
That's too far, isn't it? That was.
It is, yeah.
Are there any others? Theresa May?
Who's that?
That Victoria Beckham?
Oh yeah, no, the one next to her. Yeah. That's my kind of lady. Who's that? Emily Pankhurst. Oh, who is it? I want to know who that is. Fuck Victoria Beckham.
What about who's the one who
10
runs
greatest women-
Newcastle United now? Amanda.
Emily
No,
Pankhurst.
because she looks like. Is it Joel Osteen? Who's the? Just Google famous preachers America. You know the ones who do like the big.
Yeah, man.
That was good spelling. Preachers. Billy Graham, Pat Robinson, Martin Luther King.
It's not Joel Osteen.
It's I saw it. Go up. You've gone. There you go. Joel Osteen.
Joel Osteen.
No, it's not him. Go on images.
Right.
Go on images.
Good for the audio listeners, this.
Love this.
Top left.
Top left. There he is.
That looks like the new, the woman who runs Newcastle now.
Yeah.
Oh, the Iceland. Does she look Icelandic? She looks like a
Pull
white...
her up. Pull them both up and put them in the episode. Put new Newcastle CEO or whatever she is.
Well, I would absolutely. I'd have a nice time with both of them. Both on the town
Amanda
and in the bedroom.
Stavely.
Kim Jong-un's sisters really got me though.
Yeah.
It's such a high pressure relationship, isn't it?
That would be. That's it.
Come and
It's so
say-
forbidden.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so forbidden.
I mean, how do you even see her? You're a UK-based comedian. I know you're doing some international tour dates, but surely not.
Not in the
North
demilitarized
Korea.
zone. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but
I'd have to
love
put in a
knows, love knows no boundaries.
Yeah, but North Korea does. Like they're
I
pretty
think
pretty
you can make
strict
it
on
work.
that boundary.
Does Pyongyang have a glee?
No, it's
Is there a glee club
Pyongyang
Pyongyang?
Glee.
Isn't he an actor?
the old Jonglers. It's a comedy loft.
Yeah, it's a comedy loft. Yeah.
Sean Almy box it.
I need to get whoever books
Pyongyang.
Pyongyang. I need to get in there. I think that's step one. Step two, defect. Wink, wink. Not actually. I'm not defecting, guys. Anyone listening, I'm not defecting.
Step 3.
Step three, question mark.
It's actually the Pyongyang stand, and they only book local acts. Can't get in.
Yeah.
Very difficult.
It's tough, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah. You have to go and do Red Raw on a Wednesday. 2 years later, they get you back for the 15th.
And it is red raw. It is red raw.
The flag's red.
I don't want to do any more.
We've got to do one more.
Oh, do we have to?
We haven't done it. We haven't even answered the advice. What's the question?
Just fuck her.
The secretary. Yeah, you've just got to go for it.
The secretary.
Supervisor. You've got to.
Secretary of
got to
Defence.
ask. You've just got to go. Look. You've got to be really polite about it. Can't be harassy. Not anymore. You got to go up and be like, listen, love. I feel like you've been flirting. Am I getting the wrong end of the stick? And if she's like, no, I'm into it, then go for it. And if she's like, yeah, fuck off, then just have your fantasies.
And if it goes wrong and you've misjudged it horrifically, you're going to get some dog shit shifts. Shoot your shot. She's your supervisor. She's going to put you on late.
He's getting them vibes anyway.
He's getting. Who cares? You're young. Don't worry about it.
Get your dick out,
You're
mate.
going to get fucking executed in Pyongyang.
Pyongyang.
You're done, aren't you?
Mentally. Gone. Just gone. Hey! That's a fucking podcast!
Sean McLoughlin, thank you so much for coming in.
Was a pleasure until about 20 minutes ago. Now, one of the great regrets of my career.
Where can people find you?
I think you fitted in great.
Thanks, man. I enjoyed it. Big fan of the pod. Big fan of you lads. Well, just find me on Twitter at Sean McLoughlin.
Instagram,
Sean McLoughlin Comedy. It's my name's really hard to spell. I think that is a problem, but it's worth putting the effort in.
Yeah.
And do come, I don't know.
SEAN. That's it.
That's the tough bit.
And you're going on tour. When did your tour start?
I've got a handful of dates in April, May, and then I'm doing the Edinburgh Fringe, and the main tour is in October, November, and September. And
Lovely. And you've got the special Hail Mary on YouTube. You've got the album support act on Spotify.
And Hail Mary, yeah. So I've got both of them on Spotify. There's just loads of stuff going on. Just
Go and find them. He'll
Go
be
look for it.
one of your new favourite comedians.
I'm doing a podcast with Johnny Pelham as well that I should probably plug.
Yeah. What's that called?
It's called Failing Better, and it was meant to be out by now, but we had to lose the first 2 episodes because...
That seems fitting.
Yeah, exactly. We had to, yeah. But it's coming out.
Called Failing Better, and it's going to be better now that it's failed to come out on time.
It's failing better, and we have failed it better. Because it's called Failing Better because we can't legally call it fuck. We fucked it again. Oh, fuck. We didn't press fucking record.
I have added some extra tour dates, as I mentioned on the Patreon episode this week. There is a second date in Sheffield, a third date in Leeds, a first date in both Bristol and Brighton. There is a fifth date in Manchester, a second date in Liverpool, a third date in Edinburgh at Monkey Battle, a third date in the Glasgow at the Stand. There is a matinee on the 12th of March, which is this week, if you're watching this publicly, on in South Shields. So the Friday and the Saturday is sold out. Added a matinee, and at the minute we need some more people in that room. They're all on sale. There might be a few more as well. adamrowe.co.uk/shows, and there's still more to be added. Oh, Nottingham second date and Birmingham 5th date as well.
And I've just added
And
Chester.
Oh yeah, and Chester for me too.
Oh, I've just
So it's
added
5 and 6.
I've just added Chester, and I'm going to record my special at the gig. That's Saturday, the 19th of November. It's probably the last date that's going to be added to the tour. I'm going to do an early show and a late show.
Can I show runner?
You can be. I'd love you all to be there. So I'm recording my first ever special, the penultimate night of the tour, and it's in Chester at the a beautiful place called St Mary's. It's in a church.
Can I open it for you?
Yes, you can.
Can I DJ it?
That's booked.
Yeah, I'll open that.
Let me break
Sounds
it
good.
down. So that will be at dannightingale.com. Get on me. It's been amazing, boys. Very silly end, but it was a really good podcast. Thanks for being part of it.
Carl, have you got the Instagram handle and the Twitter handle of the guy we're about to plug?
They're on the screen.
Oh, mate, this is just such a touch. A little bit of basically fan art done by a very talented guy who's made us a music video.
Of Paddy the Baddy. This is the catchiest tune you'll ever hear. If you follow us on socials, you might have already seen it. Enjoy this as a little outro and go and check this out because he's put it on Spotify as a full track as well. And you can find all the details on the screen. They're not there for me right now, but they're there for you because Carl is a magician, even though he's been shite recently.
I'm being here.
Get on me.
I'm like, proper strange, off me barnet, proper strange, every day, lad, proper strange, you little harlot, proper strange, every day, I'm like, proper strange, off me barnet, proper strange, every day, lad, proper strange, you little harlot, proper strange, every day.
Scousers don't get knocked out, Scousers don't get knocked out.
Fuck that.
Scousers don't get knocked out, Scousers don't get knocked out.
Eat shit.
Scousers don't get knocked out, Scousers don't get knocked out.
Fuck that.
Scousers don't get knocked out, Scousers don't get knocked out.
Yeah. What? Yeah, lad. Yeah. What? Yeah, lad. I'm like, proper strange, off me barnet, proper strange, every day, lad, proper strange, you little harlot, proper strange, every day.